And it's on. We have Third Rail with Omar going up against Resident Sleeper on this fine. What is it? Monday? Is it Monday night?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday fucking night already.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
busy.
14 straight days of debates, guys, coming. 14
Oh man.
straight days, non-stop, all of December, man. And it's just going to continuously get booked from here. Take a second, Third Rail, tell everybody where they can find you and just a smidge about yourself.
Well, my name is Omar. I'm an Arab American who was raised in New York City. My channel is called The Third Rail with Omar. And that's it. I'm a good guy, father, um, a good father, a good human being. That's about it.
Well, maybe I beg to differ, but that's okay, Omar. Right? We're going to
Yeah.
move it over to Resident Sleeper. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Resident Sleeper. I'm the Crucible's unofficial in-house slave. And I have been involved with religious debates for a while. I'm looking forward to this one.
Right.
All right. So the topic tonight is Islam compatible with the West? I think that this is an interesting topic.
Yes.
We haven't gotten as much into the Muslim sphere as I would have liked, and I'm going to enjoy this, I think. Omar, as you were the challenger, we're going to let you open. I'm going to
Thank
set
you.
the clock right now. Don't go till I tell it, say when. Just 1 second. 1 second. Very, very professional. Right. I had everything ready to go on time. As always,
Don't worry about it.
very, very professional. Okay. Go ahead, Omar.
All right. Good evening. And I would like to greet you all with the Islamic greeting, Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be upon you. I want to.
Sorry, you can't be here anymore, Omar, after you said that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just said, I'm joking. I'm joking. Go ahead, bro.
All right. No, bye. I want to first thank the Crucible and Andrew for having us on his platform. And I'll extend my greeting to my brother, the resident sleeper, for accepting the challenge. Oh, to have a conversation tonight. And to the people in the chat room, I hope you will take this opportunity to learn and understand the Islamic religion and how it relates to Western society tonight. Tonight, the question is Islam compatible with Western values? The answer is definitely yes. Not only is it compatible, but Islam is the cure, the vaccine, the antibiotics to the ills that have befallen Western society. Western society is a society that has become technologically ahead of its time. Not in all of history, in Western society has never been no society has been as technologically successful as we are right now at the age we live. Lacking, but I was just speaking Arabic, but we lack social thing. We a society is a dying society. We are a culture of death in the United States. So abortion, alcoholism, use, murder, crime, everything you name it. So we have managed to be technologically the best in the world, but we cannot fend off these sickness and these diseases that are eating away at our society. And Islam is the answer to that. And I'll explain it later when we go as we go further and have that conversation. First, I wanted to explain Islam. The word Islam comes from the word submission, or to surrender your will to God. Because when you are a Muslim, you are surrendering everything. Everything around you does not count because you are now submitted to God. Islam is part of the thread of the Abrahamic religion. It is the last thing in the thread that started with our father Adam, to Abraham, to Moses, to Jesus, to all the great prophets in the Bible and in the Torah, and finally the final messenger Muhammad, may peace be upon him, who came in the 6th century. During this thread, first there was Judaism, and Moses laid down the law for the children of Israel. Then after a while, they defected from the learning and became the money changers. They started believing what Judaism was all about. Then God sent the great messenger Jesus, may peace be upon him, to correct the lost sheep of Israel. Jesus was met with a great rebellion by the people he was sent to. And I don't want to get into it today because that's a different subject. But he left the gospel of Jesus. The gospel of Jesus is in the Quran. The Christians, I'm sorry, you don't have the real gospel of Jesus. You have gospel according to Matthew, according to John, according to all these people, like Paul, who hijacked Christianity anyway. But 600 years later, when the Islam came into being to correct the wrongs of Christianity, because they strayed away from the original teaching of Jesus. They started collaborating gods. They turned Jesus into a god, into a three-headed god, and to a son, and gave God a son. And God does not beget, and He's not begotten. And Islam came to correct that problem that Christianity strayed from the original teaching of the Prophet and the Messenger Jesus, may peace be upon him. Anyway, Islam and the Muslims, if you go to the Supreme Court, the Prophet Muhammad is one of 17 people who are honored by the United States Supreme Court who laid the laws in the world history. And now, Islam, okay, now that I give you a bit of the history of the thread of Islam, I don't want to go through, I don't want to start, getting you guys upset with Christianity and all that stuff. Anyway, Islam in the 6th century started from the nomads who lived in the desert, who used to bury their daughters alive. That was the thing. The first daughter, they bury her alive because they considered it a shame to have a daughter. Then Islam came and educated these people, and within a decade, Islam destroyed 3 great empires in 1 decade. The Persians, which was Iran, the Roman Empire, which was occupying Egypt and North Africa, and the Eastern Christian, the Byzantine Empire, that was occupying Syria and modern day Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. As Islam went on through Europe and throughout the world, Islam was a religion that did not destroy wherever it went. It kind of observed and preserved. For example, only 12% of the world Muslims are Arabs, so they did not export their language or try to force it on the people that they came into. Muhammad. Islam gave, when Islam expanded, it gained new citizenship. It is the first religion to give minority rights. The minority rights were to the Christians and the Jews. They were called the people of the book. They were given a special statute of protection. They had to pay a certain jizya or taxes. They didn't have to go to war. They didn't have to fight, but they have to live peaceful within the Islamic society. Islam went into India, went into the Greeks, but it preserved all the philosophies of all these great teachers. What I'm trying to say, Islam is not a destructive force, but a movement that used to observe whatever it gets to. Instead of occupying, it used to become occupied by the people that they occupied or invaded. So, like today, the computer here, like me, Andrew, we like algorithms. Algorithms with the computers were invented by Islamic mathematics, astronomy. I hear some noise in the background.
Well, yeah, I chimed in. You're actually out of time, and
Okay.
I have to move you
All right, go ahead.
over
Oh,
to
7 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Resident Sleeper. Yep. Go ahead, Resident Sleeper, whenever you're ready.
That was that's a lot to unpack. I'd like to start one with thanking my opponent for picking a topic that I don't think he can defend. And 2, that Islam, 1, is not an Abrahamic faith. In fact, Josephus invoked the name of Ishmael to try and find a culture for the Arabs at the time. In fact, the Canaanites spoke an early form of Hebrew at the time rather than Arabic. 2, a Muslim, not a Muslim, but Muhammad in the 6th century, who was taught by Aryan Gnostics in the middle of a desert about what Christianity is, not only gets everything wrong about Christianity and Judaism, but there's no continuity with the Quran as to that. To get back to the topic at hand, is it compatible with Western values? Absolutely not. Considering that in order for it to be compatible with Western values, we'd have to reform our pedophile laws. our slavery laws, as well as our persecution laws, our rape laws, and our murder laws. Because Islam is a religion of violence, it is a religion that in the Quran, especially for Surah 65:4, that women who have not passed the monthly age of courses for prescribed periods, meaning menses, can be married, and obviously that is prepubescent women. Another one would be all the slavery within the Quran, affirmed by the Hadiths as well as Islamic law. It's not only a barbarous religion, but one that leads to the destruction of many civilizations and infighting within its own peoples. And with that, I will cede the rest of my time because I feel like I've made my point.
Okay. Before we get started, before we get into the debate, I just want both debaters to understand that while I know that this debate's going to get contentious, and I'm going to let it become contentious if that's the way that it goes, I need both of you to adhere to what I'm saying. If I have to warn you too much or you become too incoherent, I will throw your ass right off the program. I have no problem doing that. I, in fact, enjoy doing that. So if you give me a great excuse to do it, that's fine. So I'm just telling you up front kind of how this is going to roll out. The floor is open. Floor is open, gentlemen. Go ahead.
I'm baffled to understand how you think it could be even slightly compatible with Western values being derived from Christian values, not the secular values which you have listed. I'd like you to get into that. I want you to break it down because you got off into a tangent about Christianity rather than Islam. So please.
What was the question again? We'll say that again.
Please explain how it is compatible with Western values when Western values are derived from Christianity.
The issue here, there is no Western value. Western value has been undermined or exploited or defeated a long time ago. The first time that Western values started defeated, or the family or Christian values were started to be defeated or undermined, started in the 1920s. If you looked at America pre-1920s, you see American women dressed alone dress. They had scarves. They go to the beach fully dressed. The family, Christian value, the church was the center of these villages and these towns. Then came the happy 1920s, or they call the jazz age, or the crazy 20s and 30s. Slowly and surely tried to eradicate and destroyed the Christian family and the Christian woman, slowly taking her out of the home. As the year passed by, the Christian Islam sees the woman as the crown jewel of any society.
Is that why they forced them to wear a burqa when it was arbitrarily prescribed by Muhammad in the Quran?
I'll tell you. Let me tell you what happened to the Christian woman first here in the United States.
Sure.
Okay. Islam view the woman as the crown jewel of the home. Any home, any society cannot be stable, cannot produce any great men and women that without a strong woman in the house. That woman in the house was slowly but surely eradicated by Hollywood, by Western society, by the women's lib movements. And then what happened that the women started competing with the men in jobs, in sports, and things like that, and American children are raising themselves. When you view the ill of Western society, like I'm going to use the example of the United States, and you can compare it to an Islamic country, any country you want. 50,000 suicide a year, 140,000 die of alcoholism, 17,000 die in car crashes, 40,000 American women are raped every year in the United States.
And how many are raped within Muslim countries?
There would not be that, maybe 3 or 4.
That's so. Let me go. Hold on. Let me question you on something.
I gave you my statistics from the FBI. Give me your statistics.
No, let me question you on something. Please tell me why it is allowed inside Islamic law for the possession of not only sex slaves but property of owning human beings. How is that compatible with Western values?
I don't know where you got that information from.
You want to know where I got it from? I'll tell you exactly. The hadiths, specifically Al-Nuar 1664. You can also go to Sahih Bukhari, which has a lot of these hadiths speaking into it. You can also go towards Islamic law on slavery.
Yeah, but you see, you misunderstand the idea of slavery. In Arabia, slavery was an equal opportunity thing. They did not enslave a certain kind.
No, it
When they,
says right
hold
here
on,
that
hold
you
on,
can
hold
take
on.
them
Wait,
after a
I'll tell
victory
you
in
what.
war.
When they used to go to war from these clans, they used to enslave each other's men, Arabs, Persians, wherever.
And you
But if
may
you,
take as many women as you want to your right hand as a sex slave.
I know, but I haven't seen that. How many women you see me have? I have
Oh,
one.
no, well, I mean, that's you living in America. We're
No, no.
talking about Muslim values.
Even in the Middle East, you're allowed to have
Uh-huh.
four. You're allowed to have four wives. Hold on. Islam
And
says
infinite sex slaves.
it's like there is no sex slave. There's no such thing. This
But
word
it
sex
says
slave,
in Islamic law, as well as the Quran
sabaya.
and every
It's
hadith.
called sabaya. If you win the
Sabaya.
war, yeah. If you win in a war, you take these women and you marry them. They're not sex slaves. They become your wife and have your children.
I
As
don't see
soon
how that's a good value. No, they
But
are sex slaves. They
I'm
aren't
going to
your
tell you what the
wives.
I'm going to tell you what the good value. Let me tell you what the good value here in America. You have America here. You have a guy. He could have 6, 7 girlfriends. He'll have a girlfriend in Mississippi, a girlfriend in Florida, a girlfriend in New Jersey. Have all these children without any responsibility. They don't know each other. Hold on, they don't know each other. They never met each other. In the future, they end up marrying each other.
And those girlfriends can all go on
Islam,
and get married and find husbands and not
Islam
be
said,
sex slaves. I don't
Islam.
understand.
I
How
don't
is
know.
that compatible?
I don't know where you get this sex slave.
What do you mean it's in your laws? I don't understand. It's in your Quran. Do you read the Quran?
Well, I lived all my life. I never seen people have any sex slave. I
And
mean,
I
you
don't
cannot
think
go.
you've ever read
And
the
you pick it.
Quran.
Yeah, no, let's talk about modern day. You will probably be cherry picking. Let's say today
Sure.
we are
Cherry
talking
picking.
about 2022, where we at as a society.
Mm-hmm.
Which societies are functioning? Look, for example, the World Cup. What happened? They had an issue when they wanted to introduce the flag, the LBGTL. They said, listen, hold on. This stuff is in your country, in your content. You got to keep it there. We are a Muslim country. We are a conservative country. Sorry, but please don't bring that stuff over here because we still believe in the man and the woman. You have came to the conclusion that a man could marry a woman in the United States. A woman could marry another woman. That people have to transit from in the morning. They could be a woman. The afternoon a man, and the night they don't know what they are.
And how
You
old can you marry
you
those
are
women?
living in the time of what do you call it, Saddam and Gomorrah, where we are in the United States.
I don't know about that one, but
Yes, 40% of children are born out of wedlock in the United States. They have no father in the house. 50% of marriages end up in divorce. You have a society that has become sexualized, that has forgot its identity, doesn't know what to do.
Can you tell me how that's any better for a father of a family who can marry off his prepubescent, mind you, minor
What I'm
daughter to
telling you
anybody
is,
that he wants? Meaning they
resident,
can have sex with their minor
resident,
daughters. I don't understand.
I
You're
know
you're saying, oh, America is so bad, yet we
what
can go
minor.
out here.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. Western values are so bad, yet we can go out here and find a job, do whatever we want.
Yeah,
If somebody wants to do whatever the stupid stuff they want, they can. But you're here trying to tell us that Islamic values are better, yet you haven't addressed the fact that you have not only sex slaves allowed in your law, but not only sex slaves, but
can you
also
give me
pedophilia allowed
can you get
inside the law.
there is no Philadelphia. What is it?
Pedophilia? Yes,
There
there
is
is
no
pedophilia inside the
Philadelphia.
law,
The
specifically in the
age, the
Quran,
age,
as well as the Hadiths,
the
as well as
age.
the Islamic law. There is no, oh, no. Don't go into the age because it doesn't mention the age. You're incorrect. You don't even know your own laws. You don't know your own book, and you're trying to
Of
argue
course,
that
I
it
know
is
my
not.
book. Are you saying we're having sex with our children? What are you trying to tell me?
Your prophet was.
This is here. I know you're cherry picking. I know what you're trying to say. He was married to Aisha at 9 years old.
No, he was married to her at 6 and consummated
No,
at
no, no,
9.
no, Casimir at 9. Okay, I know what you're trying to get at that.
I might know your book a little better than you.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
be
but
honest.
if you go to the United States, the consent was like 10 or 12 years old in Pennsylvania, all these United States.
And am I saying that's a good thing? This is
It's
in
not
your
a good thing. The issue
laws.
here
This
that
is in your laws.
we're here to debate. You see, you want to debate pedophilia, like the
Yes, because
QAnon.
that's with Islamic values. You
Well,
cannot. Hold
Islamic
on.
value. I'm telling you what Islamic values are. If you go there, you could sleep in the street with $1 million and nothing will happen to you. This is the issue we have here. You can't leave your house here in the United States but getting robbed or get beat.
Let me get into this then. Why is it in Islam that
Hold on. Where are the women in Western society? What have you done to them? You have exploited them. You have made them nude, naked, walking the street. I have never seen a man as cockhold as Western men when they go to beaches and have their wives naked and other men watching. I have never seen that in my life. I didn't even go to the beach because of that. The last time I was on the beach is 1986. When a man goes, he's drinking a Corona or whatever, while his wife is half naked running around, while all the men are looking at her. You have no.
Yeah,
society.
but that's by their choice rather than being
It's
forced
not.
to. Yeah,
Wait,
that is their choice. That is their
no,
choice.
that is
I don't understand.
decadent. Okay, when 40,000 women are raped a year, can you explain that to me in the United States? I'm just talking about the United States, not Europe.
No. If you
For-
want to get into rape, let's talk about the slavery that you allow.
You
Because
want
that's
to
all
see the
sex
problem
slaves.
is
Is that okay? I don't understand. You want to talk about rape within the US? We agree that rape is bad. That's not a Western value. That is not a Western value.
But
You
we
think
have the
it is.
cure. We have the cure for it. We have the cure for it. It doesn't exist in the whole Arab world, in the whole 1.2 billion. It doesn't exist like it exists here. It doesn't, maybe by 4 or 5 by the hand you could count. 40,000 women, that's a war that are raped every year in the United States of America. 50,000 kill themselves.
And how is that? Hold on. How is that a
hold
Western
on,
value? How is that a Western value?
Well,
Is that a Western value? I don't see it.
What I'm telling you is that you don't have any value. That's the problem. You have lost all these values all over these years. You lost them. You don't have anything.
You haven't listed what a Western value is.
You don't have anything to offer the world right now in social issue. You are debating whether a man is a man, whether a woman is a woman, whether the man gets pregnant or not. You are a lost society. You are living in a time of Saddam and Gomorrah. I'm surprised that God has not sent a fucking.
At least we don't stone our women to death if they don't wear a Batman costume. Like, what the frick, man? Are you serious? It's a ridiculous argument. You haven't listed a single Western value, yet you're bashing the West. You don't know your own book. You don't know your Islamic laws, and you're being an idiot.
I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
If Jesus Christ and his mother, Jesus, may peace be upon him and his mother, if they showed up right now today, how would they be dressed?
like ancient.
No. Tell me, how his mother be dressed?
Not in a burqa. That's how. First of all.
The burqa, I'm telling you that she would not.
First of all, we know how they would be dressed because we have depictions of them in iconography within the Orthodox Church. You want to make some kind of arbitrary argument on how they would be dressed and it would be more like Muslims? It's ridiculous. Yes, a headscarf. You know where you guys get the headscarf from? Orthodox Christianity.
She will be well dressed. She will wear the scarf, and Jesus will be wearing a long robe. This is the burqa is not an Islamic law. The burqa is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is within Islamic law. Do you want to know where it's in Islamic law? In the Quran, specifically where Muhammad, after one of his wives was spied on peeing, had decided, oh, I have a revelation from Allah, and now our women have to wear Batman costumes. It's ridiculous.
I don't know where you're getting this from. This is from
the Quran.
Yeah, if I go right now to Evil Bible, I'll bring you a million things. Do you want to have a conversation?
You can't call the Bible evil. The Quran calls the Bible
the title of the debate is Western society.
And you haven't listed a Western value.
I'm telling you what the value. You don't have no value. You're dead. You're death culture. You're dying every day. What's wrong with you?
What is a Western value?
You don't have any. You're dying. You are dying.
Hold on.
Western society is a hold on. Western society is a culture of death. You don't have nothing. You're dying. Your kids are dying of drugs. Your women are getting raped. You have nothing to offer the world. You send a man to the moon, but you cannot protect 1 million children from being born.
And your whole culture kills somebody if they call Muhammad a pedophile. What the frick are you saying, dude? You're backwards, man. You haven't listed a single Western value.
Andrew, I want you to stop this guy from disrespecting. Either he's going to debate like a human being, or we're going to stop the debate right now. Because okay, Andrew.
So Omar,
you can't keep on calling the Prophet Muhammad that. I cannot stay in this room. And I have to leave.
You called the Bible garbage. What do you mean?
I didn't say garbage. I said
Omar. Hang on. Both of you guys relax.
You heard me when I said Jesus? I said, may peace and blessing be upon him. You see the respect?
So I've had
there's a difference between me and you.
Omar, let me talk. Both of you calm down for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had degenerates on this program say horrific things about my God and about Jesus Christ, and I still give them the platform. And that's the way it's going to be.
But it's not part of the debate.
Hang on. That's the way it's going to be because that's the way it's got to be. We got to give everybody the same shake.
But he's not debating fact. He's telling me a pedophile. She took a
He's
piss.
asking you.
She's wearing a Batman costume. He's not talking.
So I'll try to get it back on track. But what he's asking,
not talking.
You're saying,
I want you to debate Western society. Where
Omar,
is it right now?
Omar, I'm going to try to get it back on track. He says to you, what's a Western value? You say there aren't any Western values. Okay, he understands that there are no Western values, but if there were Western values, what would they be? That's his question.
That's what I'm going to bring it in. He doesn't tell me right now. I just told you that what Islamic society is that the women must be respected and must be put back as the crown jewel of the home. That you must protect the sanity of marriage, and you must not bring the woman outside the home. They should be able to raise children, have children, and bring up men and women and raise them in the right way. But when you have everybody outside, one is in Disney World and the other is clubbing in the weekend in a club dancing, and the father's dancing in another club, you're going to produce a society that is not right. It's a defective society. I can't tell you that if we're able to put a man in the moon, but we can't protect 1 million children from being aborted. There's something wrong with that. Islam says no to abortion. Islam says no alcohol. Islam says no drugs. You know what the penalty for drugs is?
Why does Islam say no alcohol?
You know what the penalty for drugs in Saudi Arabia is? They catch you with drugs. It's death.
Hold on. Why does Islam say no alcohol? I'm curious.
Well, you see what alcohol produces. It produces.
No. Why does Islam say no alcohol?
I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't matter. Sure. Look at the statistics. What you have in this modern world, you have alcoholism that kills more than 150,000 Americans every year.
Okay, but you haven't told me why Islam says no alcohol.
That's what I'm telling you. This is a preventive. Alcohol it suspends your mind and it makes you not clear-headed to make decisions.
No. That's not why Islam says no alcohol. Islam says no alcohol is because Muhammad got mad at people coming to prayer in the morning prayer hungover, so he banned alcohol. It's not because of any crazy virtue that you're making up today. It's because of the Quran. I don't understand where you're getting this idea from. You're reading into modern standards today and trying to fit them into a banning of alcohol because Muhammad was mad that people showed up drunk.
But I'm telling you that what the good that came out of it. If there was an issue with people praying, they could not function or could not think of praying. Imagine now
the good that came out of it was genital mutilation, murders of several Christians and Jews, murders of several people within several countries. Islam is the reason. It's not Christianity.
Hold on. Let's start. What do you mean genital mutilation? You see,
genital mutilation of females. Islam allows genital mutilation of females.
You are the dumbest piece of shit I've ever seen I met all my life. Genital mutilation doesn't happen. It's a cultural thing that happens in Ethiopia and Egypt. It is people. It's cultural. It's African culture. It has nothing to do with Islam. It has nothing to do with Islam or anything like that. You just pick up what you see in the newspapers. You are debating out of your ads instead of out of your brain.
How many times have I told you I have the Hadith, the Quran, Islamic law in front of me right now, and you're saying I'm talking off newspapers?
The problem is that you are an ignorant individual. I noticed that you haven't anything. You have to pedophilia because they came drunk. I'm telling you. What Islam has to offer Western society?
Yes, pedophilia, slavery, rape, murder.
What's wrong with you? The United States is full of it. What's wrong with you? Every day they arrest everybody. What are you talking about?
That's not a Western value, you moron. There are laws against that, you idiot.
Can you give me
there are no laws against that in Islam, you moron. There are laws against that.
We can't filibuster the mics. We can't do that. We're going to start with Omar. Go ahead, Omar.
Can you give me any links where this pedophilia is happening?
Yeah, gladly. I'll send them all to you immediately after the debate because I have them right here.
Listen, let me.
You can put those in the private chat, just so you know, if you want to link those.
Here you go. I will link you all of them. I will copy paste my 7 pages of documents right now.
Okay, so let's go back to the issue. The issue here is that Islam is prevented. I told him alcohol is not good, that it creates alcoholism, incest, it creates a lot of crazy things that happen. You understand?
Didn't send the whole thing.
Then he's telling me, well, he outlawed because people would come in with a hangover. It doesn't matter. What I'm telling you that it's against the law to drink. So I'm telling you what the benefits are of not drinking alcohol, of not having alcohol in society. That it causes death, destruction, and it destroys the home. You see how many homes?
Omar, Where is it a law? Tell me, where is it a law that it is okay to rape people in culture, in Western culture? That is not a law in Western culture, but it is one within Islam. How is that a good thing? Tell me.
It doesn't happen. That's the problem.
It doesn't happen because it's allowed. Are you serious, man? It's in your laws. I don't understand. You're a moron, man. When it comes to this, you're trying to tell me what Islam teaches, but you don't even know what Islam teaches. It's ridiculous.
What's wrong with you? In Arabia, they fucking kill you if you rape a woman. What's wrong with you? Every day they execute. You know how many they execute?
Yeah, they kill you, and then they kill the woman if she goes and sleeps with another man. She sleeps outside of wedlock. They kill the woman, and then a man wants to sleep with another man who's killed. I'm not for that, but I'm just saying murder is bad, man.
Ignorance in Christianity and Western society is a blessing because you are the most ignorant people I haven't met.
Muhammad was ignorant, man. He doesn't know what Christianity teaches. You guys can't match Christianity.
Let me give you the law of adultery. Let's say a woman has whatever, an affair, right? You need 4 different witnesses to bear witness that it happened. Let's say Andrew came and said, "Well, I saw this woman. She was." Nothing will happen to her or the man. You need 4.
Where is that a Western value?
I'm telling you that you're saying that they kill these women. I tell you what the law is. It's not that easy. You know, I'm telling you that the cure. I told you alcohol is killing 140,000 Americans a year. You telling me because they came drunk in the mosque. I told you that women are getting raped. You telling me it's legal to rape women in Arabia
because you have laws that protect it.
We don't have laws that protect you. This guy, what do you what the fuck are you talking about? Excuse my language. What are you talking about?
You don't know your own Islamic laws. It's in Sharia law.
There's law to rape women in Sharia law.
You want the law specifically? Give me one moment. Go ahead. Go and.
I want you to compare. I want you to, Andrew, Google how many women are raped in Saudi Arabia.
What do you mean Google? What the?
I need somebody to Google. I want you to fact check this dumb motherfucker over here.
I didn't say. What do you?
Dude, it's your debate. You fact check him.
No, because he's talking. Because it's not a debate no more. When you're throwing shit out the window, the spaghetti out the wall, whatever.
You're throwing things out the window. You haven't mentioned a single Western value.
I'm giving you numbers.
I'm giving you. There are no Western values. I'm saying, how is Islam able to? How is Islam able to align with Western values?
I'm gonna give you a statistic. I told you that Western society has destroyed the home. You
keep saying that, but you're not telling me what a Western value is. You keep saying that same thing.
There is no value. I'm telling you that.
Then how is Islam compatible with no values?
I want to ask you, what is Western value? Could you explain it to me?
Western values are derived from Western Christianity, sir.
What is it? Okay, what?
That first of all, Western Christianity is, for example, the Protestants that came over here that were anti-abortion.
No, right now, I want to know what Western values you have, what we are practicing right now in the United States.
Are you talking about secular values, man?
Well, I'm talking about the value of Western values. I'm not talking about Christian values here. I didn't tell you the Christian values.
Hold on. Let me put this very slowly. Let me put this very slowly for God's slowest of creatures.
Explain to me what Western values are first. Don't talk out of your ass. I want you to talk out of your fucking mouth, okay? What are Western values?
You should tell me, considering that you're the one trying to agree that trying to affirm that
you don't have any. I told you you don't have any. Tell me what you have. What you have.
I just told you Western values are derived from Western Christianity.
It's not in practice. Where is it in practice?
In all Protestant churches and all Catholic churches, that's where
I'm telling you, as society as a whole, I'm giving. Are these values reflected on the numbers I'm giving you?
No, but there are laws that go against the things that you're giving me. You're saying, rapes. I'm like, we have laws against rape. You have laws for rape.
You want to mix.
What the fuck are you saying?
Hold on, resident. You want to mix. You said that the Western values are deprived from Christian value. Yes, they did 100 years ago. I'm with you. Pre-1913, there was. Yes, you had the home. Just look at the movie Little House on the Prairie. That was Christianity at its best in the United States. That's how they lived. The church people lived a good life. But right now, how does Christian value compare to Western value? It's not there. It's not injected. Maybe the
What are,
people.
hold on. Let me ask you. What are some Islamic values? I want to know. I want to know what are some Islamic values.
Well, we don't have the divorce rate you have. We don't have the suicidal rate you have. We don't have the overdose rate you have. We don't have the murder rate you have.
Hold
We don't
on.
have the.
I asked for values and you're giving me rates. What are the Islamic values?
These are the value of life. What do you want me to tell you? That we respect life. We respect marriage, the sanctity of marriage. We respect the life. That drugs is no good. That alcoholism is no good. Look at the families, Arab or Muslim families here in the United States.
I agree with you there,
They
but
are
how are
very
those
conservative. They are
Muslims?
more conservative than the. You saw what happened in Dearborn last month when they tried to introduce some books to the school. They shut down the community board meeting because they don't want that to their children. So you have to understand that yes, there are Christian values, but the problem is that society has eradicated them from the home. I'm telling you, there was a conspiracy to get the Christian woman out of the home or the American woman out of the home and put her in the street to compete and wear pants and jacket and suits and compete with men in the work and the job. And they forgot that every society needs a stable home. If you don't have a woman,
Sure.
if you don't have a stable woman in the house, a woman, a mother, a sister that raises children, that raises men, you need women to raise men. Men are busy working. They gathered this from the beginning of time. Well, every time I ask you, you say Western value. There isn't any. You tell me there's Christian value, but it's not in practice. They're not accepting it. Many of the churches have reformed. There are some denominations that accept homosexuality, the women priests, stuff like that in the United States. Because why? Because, well, we got to reform. We got to change. We got to change with the time.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying that just eradicate everything and make everything Muslim?
I'm not. No. What
do you mean no? What do you mean no? That's what you're saying right now.
I'm saying is the question was, is it compatible? I said,
yeah, and you're saying there are no values. So how can you say it's compatible if you think there are no values?
I said Islam can offer a cure for these things and family values in respect of life.
Omar, respectively,
listen, to eradicate alcoholism, drug use, to have strict rules, to bring the mother back in the home, to have mother and father. You have 40 children, 40% of children are born out of wedlock in the United States. They have no father in the home. This is not going to last. This is destruction. You are self-destruction. You cannot continue. You're going to crumble under the weight of decadency. It's a culture of death, man. I'm telling you, when you see the numbers, how many people, 1 million children are aborted. 50,000, 112,000 last year died of overdose. Hold on, 50,000 killed themselves. 24,000 were murdered. 140,000. You have almost 2-3 million people who died needlessly because they lack the value of Christian value or Islamic value. Because the church has been shut down in the United States and Western society. The church does not play anymore, especially when you have some churches that suspect, like the Catholic Church, is not credible no more of its history of abuse and children's sexuality. And you know what they did, and they're not credible no more. And some of these denominations that you have in the United States, we're going to make a woman a priest. What happened? Why? You can't. What? We have a gay church. Oh, it's okay. You got to accept him. You got to love him. I'm sorry to, I'm a liberal at heart, but what I'm telling you is that we need not only to bring back Islam could mirror Christian values, because I view the United States, if the United States if it was a Christian country, I'd rather have that.
What is one of the teachings of Christianity, Omar?
To love yourself like your neighbor.
Listen, free will is another one of them.
Okay.
People have saying, free will to commit sin.
As Muslims, listen
by
to me.
Christianity.
As Muslims in the United States, we will prefer Christian values, and that the United States go back to its root, because it deprived the Constitution, the laws were deprived from the Christian. We could agree on that, right? But the problem is Christianity has been pushed to the side. It has been discredited.
To be Muslim means
your
you do
children-
have to accept Islam not only as an ideology but as an entire society. You cannot be Muslim and American. You have to be Muslim in Islam. You have to bring Islam to America. You
Well,
cannot,
I
you
am.
cannot pick and choose.
I
You
live-
cannot pick and choose. This is what you're trying to say.
Well,
You're saying it's compatible with Christianity,
well,
yet you're saying with
hold
not
on.
Christianity, with Western values. But
Well, there is no Western value. I told you, you can name one. Name me one. Give me one Christian
you're
value.
the one. You started your opening statement with
No,
it is
I
compatible
already gave
with
you a
Western
million. That
values.
I already said. I showed you the decadence of that
You have
society. That
shown
doesn't
me
have.
nothing. You have said statistics, which we have laws for. Humans
I
have
gave
free
you the
will.
ill. These
Are
laws.
you-
These laws are not helping, man.
Okay, so
Give-
this isn't going anywhere.
Because he,
Okay.
Andrew, could you tell him to give you one Christian, one Western value, one, just
Okay,
one.
just
So I can go
calm,
home and
calm
carry-
down and listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm
okay?
debating good now.
This
Last time
is-
you debated me, you shut me down. Go ahead.
Do
Go ahead.
you think I shut you down? Do you think I'm being unfair to you?
No. Remember when I said the last time we had the debate, me and you, was my first time. I couldn't even talk because I was shy and embarrassed. Remember when we had the?
Oh yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so
So
real
I'm a
quick-
big mouth now. That's what it is. Go ahead.
yeah, no problem. But real quick, we're going in circles. It's becoming
Because he's not bringing anything.
Omar, let me finish.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so it's very important that we get this debate back on track. What's going on here? I still can't figure out how any of this is tied into Western values. Omar, is your argument essentially that I'm just going to try to paraphrase this? You could just tell me if it's true or false. That's it, because I want to get him to paraphrase his argument.
Yeah.
That Western society basically has no value structure, and you want Islam to give them one.
Yes,
Is that-
it
okay,
could
okay.
help. Yeah.
Okay. And then Resident Sleeper, essentially to paraphrase your argument back, just to make sure that I got this right, you're saying back to him, look, man, there are actual Western values, and what you consider Islamic values are incompatible with whatever those are. Is that true?
Yes.
Then can you break those down for us so that he has something to respond to, and then vice versa?
Sure. The values of Christianity, meaning
No. Western society, not Christianity. Western society. I want.
Western society derives its values from Western Christianity, meaning the family, anti-abortion, taking hold of of Western society, basically raising your family, becoming self-sufficient.
All
I don't understand how you seem to misunderstand.
I'm going to
it.
answer you. Go ahead. Continue. I'm going to answer every
No,
single
go
question you
ahead.
say. Go ahead. First of all, you said that it brings family value. If I'm telling you that 50% end up in divorce and 40% of children are born out of wedlock, what value are you talking about? You lost your
Humans
mind or what?
have free
What
will.
value are you talking about? What are you talking about? You lost, man.
I didn't lose because humans have free will. This is what you don't understand. You have the
We're
free
not here
will
about
to
free
sit
will.
here.
You said that Christians, that Western society right now deprives its family life from Christian value.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
back. I answered
Let me-
you
hold
back.
on.
Hold on. I answered you back. I told you Western society that doesn't take anything from Christianity. If 50% of
You have to give him a chance to speak too, Omar.
no, but I want to answer this question. He
Then
told me
ask.
that.
Ask the question.
I want to answer his question. He said that the family value. I said they are not taking anything from Christianity. 40% of children are born out of wedlock, bastards. In other words, they call them bastards. Or 50% of marriages end up in divorce. You don't have that in the Muslim community. You don't have that here. And we live here in the United States, and we have our own communities here in New York. We don't have that kind of problems that you guys have, or that Western society have, or the ills that befall this society. What I'm saying, go
part
ahead.
of free will do you not
Okay,
understand?
continue. What do you mean free will? We're talking about values, man. What free will? Free will. So what do you mean
yes,
free
it
will?
is.
So what does it have to do? I can walk out
In,
naked.
Western Christianity, you have free will. There are consequences after. In Western values derived from Western Christianity, the consequences after come from God. You're trying to, I'm sorry, I'm very sick at the moment. Forgive me. But you're trying to conflate your weird statistics as if they are somehow a counter to Western values.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. I don't understand because, hold on, let me ask one simple question. Where does Islam derive its values from?
From the Quran.
Where does the Quran get its values from?
From God.
What? Which God?
God, the God of the Christian and the Jews.
No, not the God of the Christians or the God of the Jews.
Well, according to you, you don't have to accept it, but I'm
No,
telling you.
because you can't prove that. You can
You
state
can't-
that. You can make a reference towards the Abrahamic God, but you can't prove that you are deriving your values from God. You're
That's what we
deriving
call
your
it.
values
Well,
from
yeah,
Muhammad.
if you read the Quran, it's probably 80% has to do with the gospel of Jesus and the
No, it
Torah.
doesn't. It
Yes,
doesn't. There
it
is no.
does. I'm a
There is no
Muslim. Don't tell
content.
me. I'm a Muslim, man. Get out of here.
There is no
I read the Quran.
continuity.
Don't go tell me that.
Then why did you not know any of the
you know,
Quran verses
did
that
you
I
know
checked
that
and I told
Jesus,
you?
you know that Jesus is mentioned 125 times in the Quran? Do you know that Moses is mentioned more than 150 times in the Quran?
What does that matter if Muhammad
That
got
tells
his
you that
teachings
it
from?
is
Listen,
with
listen,
the
listen.
You're the one
Listen,
who are.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. Just give me
Yes.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Why does that matter if Muhammad got his teachings from of Jesus Christ from Gnostic Aryan outcasts in the desert? It's
I
not
don't-
Christian. It's not Christian. You think it is, but it's not.
Okay,
It's
that's
not
how you
even.
got.
It's
I
not
your
even
problem
Jewish.
is your problem is you have a three-headed God, the Son, the Father, the Holy Spirit. You have three people walking around. The Son. Your problem is if you want to go back to history, according to the Gospel of Paul. Paul is the one who corrupted Christianity, by the way, and who got his own book and broke the law and everything that Jesus taught.
What do you know about Christianity other than your cherry-picked Muslim
You
quotes?
don't have the gospel of Jesus himself. Jesus said, I have come to uphold the law. Paul broke the law. You guys are eating pork, you're idolizing, you're doing everything that Jesus said don't do. You said that Jesus, your God, came to earth, was born, waited 33 years. His first miracle was at a party. They ran out of alcohol. And then she said, Jesus, do something. And he turned the water into wine.
I don't understand. Hold on. I don't understand.
Listen, your God waited 33 years to make wine. His first miracle was to get people drunk inside of a party in Jerusalem.
Do you understand the theology behind that?
Jesus was the mighty messenger of God. He was not humiliated. He was not killed. He was not beat up by 45 Romans or Jews, whatever you want to call them. Jesus was uplifted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to God. He was not humiliated and made naked and beat up. And you guys say, oh, he died for his sin. You humiliated him. You make him naked. You make him all that stuff. You have no respect for your own God. This is your problem.
Now, Omar, give him a chance to respond.
He doesn't have anything to respond to. He's broke.
What did I just say? Give him a chance to respond.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, you have no idea what Christianity teaches, and you're trying to act like you do.
I'm telling you.
No, you're not.
What was your God's first miracle? What was his first miracle?
His first miracle was creating the earth.
No.
Creating life.
God in Jerusalem.
God, Jesus Christ.
Give him the chance to respond. Just let him respond. Let him get his whole point out.
Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and God the Father are one person, meaning Jesus Christ always existed. The first miracle was creation. Was the creation of the earth, was the creation of the stars in the sky, was the creation of humanity and every animal. You're trying to say, oh, God, man, are you even going to take the argument seriously, man? Or are you just going to act like an idiot?
Because you are an idiot. Go ahead. Go ahead, finish. I'm telling you, what did Jesus' first miracle was on earth? On earth, what was his first miracle on earth?
His first miracle was the conception.
I'm telling you, what was Jesus the Son?
The virgin conception, you idiot.
You are running away from the question. What did Jesus do when he was 33 years old? What did he do? Don't tell me he created earth, because earth is already created. What did your God in Jerusalem do? What was his first miracle?
Can I ask you a serious question?
I'm asking you a question here. I want you to answer. What was Jesus' first miracle on earth?
Are you genuinely autistic, or are you like just being
the Christian you call God? He's a messenger. Maybe.
What did I tell you was the first miracle? What did I tell you was the first miracle for Jesus Christ? On earth, the first miracle, Jesus Christ.
What did he
on
do
earth? What is it?
As a human, what did he do as a human? God as
a human, he was conceived. You moron.
What did he do? What was his miracle? What was his miracle? You know, you see, you're running away from the answer. What was his miracle, man?
The virgin conception, you moron. That's the first miracle that he on earth did.
First of all, it was an affair between Joseph and Mary. They had
No,
to
it
hide.
wasn't. That's a Gnostic idea. That's what you're trying to tell me, but you don't know where that comes
I'm going to teach you your Bible. I know more about the Bible than you do. Go to sleep, man. I forgot. I should study it. Jesus Christ was born to a man who was 80 years old, and they had to pretend he was his son. And then he used to walk around. He went to a carnival. He got lost. The Son of God got lost. God got lost in a carnival when he was 12 years old. Then he waited until he was 33 years old. His first miracle was to create one and get everybody drunk.
And where'd you get this idea?
The pie in the Bible.
Because that's not in the Bible.
Listen,
where'd you get this idea?
How many books do you have in your Bible?
How many books? Give me one second. I have it in front of me right now.
You're Orthodox. 81. You have 81. You're Orthodox. It's 81 or 82. 81.
Yeah, around.
You don't even know your books. Go to sleep. How many?
What the frick, man? How is that an argument? Are you stupid?
I know. How many? 82 or 81? How many you got?
Man, I don't know off the top of my head the amount of books.
You have the Orthodox Christianity have 82 books or 81 books.
How is this a proof?
Hold on. I'm going to tell you, your Bible is all messed up. The Catholics have 73, and
Do you know the history of Christianity? Or are you just going to pull this out of your butt right now? Seriously, no. Tell me. Do you know the history of Christianity? Or are you going to pull this out of your butt?
How many books is in your Bible? Go ahead, man. Tell me. Go look it up. Google it. You got Google in front of you.
Do you know the history of Christianity? Or are you seriously going to make this up right now out of your butt?
I'm saying, tell me, how many books do you have in the Orthodox Church? How many books? You don't even know, yo.
What does that have to do? How is that a proof? I don't understand.
Because you're talking in the name of Christianity. You're saying you're talking.
You don't even read your Quran. I've given you many Quranic proof texts, and you haven't answered a single one of them.
Google how many books you have in Orthodox Christianity. Can you tell me how many books you have? You have 82 books or 81 books. I'm telling you the answer. I see my hand. I only have one hand that works. I'm not even Googling. Go ahead.
I don't understand how this is a proof. It's 81.
Andrew, can you tell him how many books you have in Orthodox?
It's 81. Are you happy? How is this a proof? I don't understand. How is this a proof?
Hold on. Okay, you've 81, right? I told you it was 81, right?
Okay.
Okay, how many books the Catholics have?
I don't care. I'm not Catholic.
Wait. This is the same Bible. I'm trying to tell you.
No, it's... Are you autistic? Are you seriously autistic? Answer the question. Are you autistic?
Why Christianity? Why the Bible is corrupted? If you have 81 books...
You can't...
Hold on.
Omar, 2 seconds. Hey, no, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
You
can't say, Omar.
Your religion is corrupted, man. You have 81 books for the Orthodox.
2 seconds.
Hold on. No, let me finish. Let me finish.
You got 4 seconds. Finish the thought.
Okay. You have 81 books in the Orthodox Christian Church. You have 73 in the Roman Catholics, and you have 66 books in the Protestants of England. Now tell me, where's the real Bible?
How stupid are you? How stupid are you?
What Bible do I debate you from?
Let him now respond.
He didn't even know how many.
Let him respond, Omar. I let you get it out. Let him respond.
Omar, you freaking idiot. When you say the Bible is corrupted, you're already contradicting the Quran, which tells the Christians to judge from their book. How can they judge from a corrupted book? You're already making horrible mistakes. Do you have the original?
We have the Gospel of Jesus. We have it in the
Quran. Where is the Gospel of Jesus 600 years after Christ from Gnostics?
You know, when you found out that Jesus was 300 years in the meeting of Nicaea.
Omar, where is the Gospel of Jesus 600 years after Christ?
It's in Surah Maryam.
And where did that come from?
That it doesn't. It gives the story, the true story.
Where did it come from?
You know what Jesus' first miracle was?
Where did the Quran come from?
Let me tell you what Jesus' first miracle was in the Quran.
I don't care. I want to know where the Quran
I want to show you. I want to show you the difference. You in your religion, he got people drunk, alcoholics drunk in a party. When Jesus was born, everybody accused his mother of adultery. You know what Jesus did? He spoke. He spoke and said, I am Jesus, the son of Mary. Peace be upon me the day I was born, and peace be upon me when I'm raised to the heavens.
He didn't say any of that.
Hold on, and peace be upon me when I die. This is what he said.
Where does the Quran get that?
He spoke.
He did not. That's a Gnostic fairy tale. That's something that the Gnostics thought of in the middle of the Arab desert.
Is he
Are you
saved his mother.
autistic, dude? You're taking these fairy tales as if they're truth.
Your Bible is more of a soap opera. You made Mary hide the baby, who's Joseph's son, but they had to lie. And your God has a brother. What's his name? James. Did you know?
How
Okay.
slow are you?
Okay,
Mentally, seriously.
hold
You're
on.
making these stupid assumptions off of
Hold on.
Gnostic texts, you moron.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Was Jesus Jewish?
Jesus was he was Hebrew.
Was he Jewish? Was he Jewish?
Yes, Second Temple Judaism. Yes.
Okay, was he circumcised?
Yes.
How was he circumcised? How do Jews circumcise their kids?
The same way circumcision happens. What is this? What are you trying to
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you how. I want you to tell. I want to see how you know your Bible.
Tell me.
You know what they do? They suck the dick and spit. Jesus got a blowjob, my friend, in your Bible.
Well, I mean, you looked like you were pretty good at that, Omar. You had some practice.
Yeah, I did, man. You know, I was.
Omar, I asked you one question.
You know, living in New York, you have to hit once. What I'm trying to tell him, did you know, Andrew, in New York, they had to give the rabbis a special plastic thing because some of the rabbis had STD. They gave kids herpes and they died.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I get it. Let's move
I want to show him the ignorance. He's ignorant
Omar,
in his own religion. He's ignorant in his own religion.
You're discussing rabbinic Judaism, you moron.
Yeah, rabbinic Judaism. I'm telling you, your God got a blowjob at 13 days old or 10 days old. Get the hell out of here, man. You guys are living a lie.
Right? Where does Muhammad get the Quran from?
I told you, from the angel Jibril.
No, he doesn't. Because
why you were there?
Hold on.
You were there? You were there?
No, according to the Quran, Muhammad was not only choked during getting the Quran, but he was told to read it, and he was illiterate. How is that correct?
I'm going to tell you how it is.
Okay.
The Prophet Muhammad, may peace be on him, he was in the cave, and the angel Jibril came and told him, "Iqra." He said, "Read."
He choked him.
Hold on. He said,
"You moron! This is in the Quran."
Listen. I'm not a moron. Listen, I know my religion better than you. I studied
it
all my life.
Don't. I've told you the Quran quotes, but you don't know them.
You don't even know how many books you have in the Orthodox Christian. Get out. You don't even know how many books you had in your Bible. Go to McDonald's.
It looks like you spend. We're discussing Islam.
You spend more times in McDonald's than don't become religious on me. I know my religion, and I know the Christian religion. I know that the Christian religion was corrupted by Saul. He was a bounty hunter.
According to who?
Hold on. Okay. What's the name of Jesus? You call him Jesus, right?
Jesus Christos.
What's his name? Jesus, right?
Yeah, Jesus.
How about Jacob? Is that Jacob? How about Job? Who's Job? You know who Job is?
How many names does Allah have? How many names does Muhammad have? 99, both of them. Are they the same? What argument are you making?
Hold on. What I'm telling you is there is no letter J.
Idiot, man. You don't know your own text. Are you serious, dude? Hold on. Argument?
Hold on. The letter J was introduced into the alphabet in the 14th century. So how could you call him Jesus, Jacob, Job, when you didn't even have the letter? You jaywalked right through the Bible. You know, when you jaywalk, that's what you did. I'm trying to keep your religion.
That's not a proof, man. That's not a proof.
Okay, look it up.
That doesn't matter. Are you serious?
It doesn't matter. Jesus died without even knowing his name was Jesus.
Bro, are you serious?
He died without even knowing his name is Jesus.
How stupid are you?
You are stupid. You don't know anything. You overeat. Look at you. You can't even control your eating habits, man. What are you talking about?
What the frick are you saying, dude?
Dude, I'm telling you, I know your religion. I studied it, man. I studied the Bible.
You clearly didn't. No, you didn't.
I studied the Bible. Your Bible, the first time you say there's a triune God, that God was 300 years later in the Council of Nicaea, when they met all the learners from the Christianity, and they came with the concept of the three-headed God. There was no three-headed God during Jesus' time or 300 years before that. This was all made up in Nicaea during their meeting. They even killed the Orthodox priest, who's the Coptic. They gave him poison because he refused to accept it. I'm going to give you all your stories. You are not intelligent in your own religion and your own faith. I asked you to name me one Western society value. You cannot give me one. Give me one.
Western society values are those of Western Christianity. I've already told you.
It's not there. I told you they're not taking Christian values. I told you there is no Christian value in Western society. If
Man,
they
it's
had
like
it,
talking
if
to a
they
brick
had
wall,
it,
dude.
if
It's
they
like
had,
talking to a
listen,
brick wall who
I'm going to help you out.
screams.
I'm going to help you out. If they had Christian value in the United States, that's the most beautiful thing we have. I'd agree with that.
No, you wouldn't, because Islam doesn't agree with that.
What do you mean? It does agree with I want family value. I want my children to be taught. I don't want to be my children to be sexualized
Islam teaches
by
that
TV.
not
Hold on. I don't want it to be sexualized by TV movies, by movie theaters. I want the private schools. I want the respect of the home. I want that. This is Christian values. These are the Christian values that you have pre 1920. Look at the history. The conspiracy against the women in the United States or against Western society started in the 1920s when they had the crazies and the jazz age and before the recession. What do you call it? The depression. At that time moved. Then
give
hold on.
me a single Eastern
Then
value?
Hollywood. Then Hollywood came in and they put Leave It to Beaver. They gave a
Okay,
little bit.
look, you can't endlessly monologue. You have to make some arguments and let the other person respond.
Because he doesn't have any. Andrew, he gave me a weak appointment. I mean, I'm upset at you.
It's not a monologue. You have to give the other person a chance to respond too.
I asked him to give me one Western value.
How can he give you anything if you can't shut your mouth long enough for him to
Okay,
talk?
I'm asking. Go ahead, Andrew. Tell him to give you one, and then you give it to me. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
given you them, and
What
I'm
is
not going to ask you a question.
what is it? What is it?
I've given you them, and you've repeated them to me, but now you're asking me what they are. What is one Eastern value? Tell me that.
Huh?
What is one Eastern value? Name a single Eastern value.
Family value. The home. The woman in the home. Children are raised. Women
Where
stay in
does
the house.
where does that come from?
Go Islam. You go to Saudi
No,
Arabia.
it doesn't come from
No,
Islam.
hold on. Go to Saudi Arabia. See how what the marriage rate
How
is.
does that come from Islam if Islam came 600 years after Christianity, where Eastern religion came from? You
I'm telling you,
dense
the
idiot.
Arabs were desert dwellers. They were ignorant. It was a time before Islam. They were burying. You know, before Islam in Arabia, what the Arabs used to do. The first daughter, if you had a daughter, the first daughter they buried her alive. You know that.
Are you?
It was the time of ignorance. God brought the Quran, the last thread, the completion of the Judea and Christian and Islamic, and brought it into one complete religion. It completed and perfected it, and gave Jesus his
Dude, you're
due.
a joke, man. You can't prove that. You're a joke,
Islam gave Jesus his due.
You think that entire argument is making fun of me when I'm trying to have a serious conversation.
You don't have anything to offer. You don't know anything. You don't know. I told you how many books you had in your Bible. You don't know nothing. I told you.
Why does that matter? Why does that matter?
Because you're debating me from from Christian values. That it matters. You have to know your books.
What is the debate on? Christian values or Islamic ones mixing with Western values?
We are Western value. You could not name one. Then you start throwing all this garbage that you hear in these websites. Philadelphia. I don't know how to pronounce that with Philadelphia.
Yeah, pedophilia. The thing that you're
Virginia or Staten Island. My friend, 5 years ago, they had a guy who had a horse fuck him here in Seattle, and he died. This is
we have laws against that, man. People have free will.
He died. They had it on video too.
How stupid are you? How stupid are you, dude? Seriously.
Hold on. Let me go. The answer.
Man, I'm trying to have a serious debate with you, but you're here monologuing like a moron, like you think you know what you're talking about. Man, you're deaf. You're stupid, dude.
I asked you to name me but you didn't know. I thought that you could not name me one Western value that I could touch in my hand, tangible. Give me something to touch.
What? You can touch values in your hand?
Of course I can.
Okay, name one.
I could tell you what.
What's a value that you can touch in your hand?
Andrew, you live in Illinois, right? Go to Michigan, go to Dearborn Park, and see how the Muslim community is.
I live in Michigan.
Okay, but go to Dearborn.
Yeah, I've been to Dearborn.
Huh?
I've been to Dearborn.
Yeah, you see how the schools, how they are. The mosques are full of people. They pray. Go to Friday. You know, in New York on Friday, I will show you that because
Christian churches are full on Sundays, dude. What argument is this?
You know, Andrew, in New York, they fill so much that the police department have to shut down the avenues. It goes all the way to the street every Friday. The problem, what I'm trying to say is there are people still holding on to their faith.
Omar, how is that a proof?
What I'm saying is that if Western society wants to survive, you don't have to take Islamic value. You could take just Christian values. I agree with you 100%. If you bring back Christianity to the home, it's good because a Christian society is good for everybody because your values are my values. You respect the home, the mother, the wife, the son. They should be educated, good education. They should be respectful. They should not be exposed to sexualization from TV or from school. I would prefer to have Christian That's why sometimes when I hear people, I just don't like the word Christian nationalism, but I love the word Christianity. If Christianity, real Christianity, is brought back into society, into Western society, they will save it. But the problem is they have pushed the church on the side. They have discredited the church because you have all these people, these fake prophets who come, who are, who rob the people, who lie to the people. You have Swaggart. You have Swaggart, who's.
Okay, so hang on. So I'm gonna draw
How come
this.
I can't see it? How come I can't see the people's what do you
Well,
call it?
I need to draw this back in here just a little bit. So we're over an hour in.
Yeah, baby.
There's only about 20 minutes of the debate left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won.
Okay, whatever. But what I'm saying is that regardless of who won, loses, didn't lose, win, whatever, can you guys try to keep your arguments a little bit more concise and not?
I tried. I tried.
Omar, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Just until make your arguments very concise, so that the opposition can respond, so that the audience can get some value out of this, other than just the monkeys throwing shit at each other that it has been thus far. Let's just try it. Let's just pretend that we're civilized human beings for 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Let resident sleeper. Go ahead.
How do you know that it was the angel Gabriel talking to Muhammad?
You see, now he wants me to have a TV set over there. I'm telling you, this is my religion. That's what I believe. That's it.
I asked you a question. I said, how do you know?
Because the hadith told us, the prophet told us. That's it.
That's not a proof for the Quran.
What do you want me to do? We didn't have no cameras. We didn't have no CCTV to prove. So how do you know that Jesus? You're the most confused society in the world. You have a guy who's walking around. He's God, but he's the Son. But he's not the Son. But he's the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit is God. But he's God. But God is one, and the Son is the Son is an entity. The Father is an entity. The Holy Spirit is an entity. But they are three, but they are one. That's
you guys don't even believe that's what the Holy
That's why the Muslims.
That's why you guys don't even believe that's what the Holy Trinity is. You guys think the Trinity is God, Jesus, and Mary. That's what it says in the Quran. You're trying to use what the Christians say. You're a moron when it comes to this.
It doesn't exist. The Holy Trinity is all made up 300 years later. There's only one God. What does it say in your Bible? Oh, Israel, your God is one. It never said there's two or three Holy Spirit. All of a sudden, you find those guys 6 centuries later. He said, "Oh, Israel, your God is one. And your Lord," and Jesus said, "I have not come to change, but to uphold the law." What are the laws? They are the laws of Moses and Judaism.
Literally, the first pages of the Bible.
Your God was sitting at the table.
The earth, man. It's Christ creating everything in the first pages of Genesis. It is
Christ was a man who was born out of a miracle from the virgin woman. He was not a God.
Hold on. Wait. You told me that it was an affair and not a virgin. Tell me how you can reconcile that.
He was not a God. He was a messenger sent from God to correct.
You just contradicted yourself.
Hold on. I'm giving you from your Bible, the lost sheep of Israel. Remember when he fought the money changers in the temple and all that? He said, "I have been sent to the lost sheep, house sheep of Israel." He was not even sent to the Gentiles. Only Paul introduced Christianity to you guys. He never said go to the Gentile or anything like that. He even warned them, "Don't go there." He said, "Don't go there. We don't want those people. Just get the Jews."
Omar, your whole religion is based off of sex.
Let him respond, for the love of all that is good in the world. Just let him respond.
He doesn't have anything.
He's responding. What do you mean he doesn't have anything?
Okay, good. I'm gonna wait.
Your entire religion is based off of an individual with mommy issues who got choked in a cave, then because I know you're gonna speak. Ran to his wife at the time, who was his employer previously, said, "I've just been attacked by a demon." And his employer then says, "No, it couldn't have been a demon. It must have been an angel." That's where the religion stems from. That's where it starts. How do you know? How do you know that it was an angel?
Did you know his wife was a Christian?
How do you know it was an angel?
You know his wife, her name is Khadija. She was a Christian. You know what he said? You're right. You did the story right. He imagine.
No, I did the story right because I know your book.
Just imagine you're in a cave and somebody comes to talk to you here. He goes, "Read." He goes, "I'm not a reader." He goes,
chokes
"Read."
him.
He goes, "Read," because he didn't choke him. He felt
yes,
the pressure.
Did.
Hold on. He said, read.
Muhammad at the end of the
Let
Quran,
me
not
tell
the
you
end, at
what
the
he
end of the
said.
Quran said that if he was lying, his
Andrew,
aorta would be severed. And
Andrew,
he
he's not
says
answering
that my
anything wrong.
aorta is being severed. What
He
are you
said,
saying, dude?
he said,
You're literally a moron when it comes
let
to
me
your own
answer.
texts.
اقرأ قالوا ليسنا بقارئ قال اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق. Read in the name of your Lord who created man out of a small sperm. You
That
understand?
turns into bones and then flesh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah. اقرأ باسم
man,
ربك الذي خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ. Read in the name of your Lord. And he was an illiterate. Imagine the Jibreel, the
how
angel.
do you know it was an angel?
Okay, then he was well, he's a devil. You want to say or what?
Yes.
Okay, then so all this behavior is are we behaving like the devils right now? Are we killing our
I mean,
children?
you are. I don't know about me, but man, seriously, dude, you have made not a single coherent argument.
Have we
You
aborted?
rambled on and on
Okay,
constantly, man.
let's say. So are we aborting more than 1 million of our children? That's devil work. Why do you abort your
That is
kids?
not the Western value, you
Why
moron.
you told me that first you told me Western values are coming from Christianity. I said, okay, we'll take that. I'll take your word for that. Then I told you, why do you abort your children? Then you shut the fuck up. So tell me, either you're
I told you because it's not a Western value. Humans have free will. That doesn't mean we condone it, you moron.
you
What
just
does that
told me
have
that
to do with
you told me
anything?
that you deprived the value. I asked you give me one Christian value, one West. I asked you to give me one Western value. You
You're
said,
like the
oh,
smartest kid on the short bus, dude. You're swinging constantly. You don't know what you're saying, dude. Like you think you know what you're talking about, man. This is retarded, dude. Seriously. I've not heard a single
I
coherent.
never heard somebody say, dude, only you. This is your intellectual. Listen,
All right.
you know, just
We're gonna
open
have
the question. This
we've
guy's
got to
an
get
idiot.
to we're gonna have to get to the call section because the debate's pretty much wound down. I'm gonna give you guys both an opportunity to give a closing statement, though.
Yeah.
Right, Omar. Don't
Okay.
fucking interrupt during the closing statement. Okay. It'll go first to Resident Sleeper, and then we'll end with your closing statement, Omar. Okay.
All right,
Go ahead, RS.
So Omar has not only shown me that he does not know what his Quran teaches, his Hadith teaches, nor does his Islamic law teaches, but he has told me that he is ignorant on the Bible and accepts Gnostic Christians in the middle of a desert's word over that of actual Christianity within the East. This makes absolutely no sense to me. He has not made a single coherent argument this entire time. I've asked him what Western values are because he thinks they're compatible with Islam, but yet he says there are no Western values. So how could they be compatible? This makes absolutely no sense. This whole debate was like talking to a brick wall with arms. It was ridiculous. And I'm going to finish my closing statement there before I get even more heated at this idiocy.
Okay, Omar, go ahead. And yes, we are taking callers. If you're going to get in the call line, now's the time to do it. Go ahead.
Well, I started asking my friend over here what his name is, Resident Sleeper. I got 7 minutes, right, Andrew? Okay, I asked him to name me one Western value. He could not name even one throughout the whole debate. Then when I asked him what it is, he said it's Christian values and free will. I said, then why you bought 1 million babies? Why are you killing all these babies, 1 million? Then Western society does not deprive its values from Christianity. If it did, it would not be aborting the children. You would not have all these all colors. 18% is incest. 18% in the United States. 18% percentage of incest. Men having sex with their daughters and their sons. We have a problem, my friend. We have a society that is dying. We are a dying society. We make TVs, we make electronics, we make phones, we go to space, we do everything that is unbelievable, but we forgot how to be humans and how to take care of ourselves. Our children are dying like flies. 200 children die a day from opiate crisis. 30 women get raped every day. No, sorry, every 2 minutes, probably 30 women get raped. 25 people are killed. Suicide. That means we have a death culture. The answer to that death culture is to return to God. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to say to impose Islam to anybody. All we need is to get together with the real churches in the United States, not these phony and fake on Sunday who make money and collect and are nothing but grifters. God has to return to America to save itself from itself. You can have all this. They're not even reproducing. We have an issue. The Western society has forgotten to produce baby. You are so over sexualized. You have a Pornhub, you have pornography, you have everything you can name in the world, but you forgot how to make babies. That's a problem. That's an issue. When you go away from God and you run away from God and the belief of God, it doesn't matter the God of the Jews, the God of the Christians, or the God of the Muslim. You have to come close to God. You have to bring God to the home. We have to bring back the mother, the woman from the workforce, and bring her back home. I'm not saying we're going to go backward, but we need strong women to raise strong children, because you keep on seeing in the right wing media when they say the muscular class. They have something there, but it's not muscular. You need a well raised society, and that foundation is the woman. The woman is the answer to all the ills of every society. If you have a woman who is perfect, who is in the home, who teaches her children, who watches her children and raise them well, then you have a society that produces real men and real issues. But right now we are swirling toward a death culture. All you see is death and destruction every day, from alcoholism, drug abuse, from abortion, whatever you want to call it. The answer to Western society's problem is to return to God. Islam can help in that sphere by making an alliance with Christian and Judaism and try to create a cohesive society and bring back God to the family and to the home. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys have learned something really interesting. My appointment, he didn't know shit. He doesn't know his Bible. He doesn't know how many books he has. He just knows McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's. Go ahead.
Okay, so the debate's now officially closed. We do things a little bit differently at the Crucible. When it comes to the Q&A section, the moderator can also ask his questions, and then of course we have callers and then super chats. I did have a couple of questions, starting with you, Omar.
Yeah.
As I was keeping the track on the debate.
Yeah.
I did see this question asked, and I thought it was interesting. Can you name a single Eastern value that's not predicated on your religion?
Well, the problem is we don't separate religion from our life.
So no, right?
No, our religion. The problem is our religion is a faith and a state at the same time. You understand?
Yeah, but you can't actually name an Eastern value that's not predicated on your religion.
We don't have that. It doesn't exist in our mind.
Well, right. Well, I'm just asking. The reason I'm asking is because
I understand. The reason there's a separation in Western society because you have constitutions.
No. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking it because your opponent said that he predicates Western values on Christianity, and you said that was no good.
Yeah.
But you say that it is okay to predicate Eastern values on Christianity, and I don't understand how that can be.
Well, what I'm saying is that the return of the mother to the home is that an obligation to try to raise the children right, to cover the children from the sexualization of an oversex society, where you have a child in the United States, they have declared a war. He goes to school, they mess up his mind. He watches TV, he messes up his mind. He goes to the ballpark, he messes. The parents in the United States, it has been declared war on him. You cannot win. The parents in the United States, you cannot win. You are fighting everything around you. Your child, as soon as he leaves your home, he's exposed to every toxin behavior you can think about it. The TV, the movies, the people at the park, the school, the teaching. We don't have that. Islam is a state and a religion. So we don't have the concept of separation, because we don't have that idea like the United States. You have a constitution, you have a secular society. That's why we don't have a secular society. That's the difference. That's why you have Western values and you have Christian values, but we don't have a secular society. It doesn't exist in our mind.
So would you want to see a Muslim theocracy come to America?
No. I don't want that.
But then I don't. So then I don't understand again, because how do you, if you say that they're not divided in your mind,
yeah,
but you want those values to come here, and you're saying that this is a theocratic state, these values you come from, how are you not advocating for a theocratic state here?
No, I understand, because we live in a secular nation. It has its own law and has its own constitution. What we say is we could play a positive role in inserting our values within the system and try to bring the country back to its sanity by introducing, like our children would be good kids. They will not be criminals. Our daughters will not be bad people. Our homes, our marriage, there's not divorce. There's no children out of wedlock. So what we're doing is we're contributing to a good society. We're not here to change because we are guests at the end of the day. We are Americans, but we are under a constitutional state. There is a social contract in the United States between all groups, and that is the Constitution of the United States. We cannot upend that or try to take that over because it will hurt us more.
Would you agree with this commenter? He says he wants the people to choose Muslim values, Andrew, not for them to be imposed. Would you agree with that statement?
This towards me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You know, I didn't give you the statistics.
Well, if that's true, then like, why do we care? Because people can do that right now.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an answer. I forgot to give you these numbers, Andrew. Can you give me a chance, like 2 minutes, please?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can take a few seconds to do it. Yeah.
25,000 Americans revert to Islam every year. We don't say convert, we revert because we believe in Islam. Everybody is born a Muslim.
Did you say 25,000?
Yeah, about 25,000 every year. And the majority are women. In Britain, 3/4 of the women. In England are all women. If you have all these women are reverting to Islam, you're going to say, why are these women reverting? They want to become Muslim and they have the free will to walk around without any scarf or burqa, whatever the guy wants to call it. Why are these women reverting to Islam? Because they saw what they found. They are worthless and valueless in a society that sells it. To sell a car, you have to have a nude woman there. To sell a gum, you have to have a woman chew with bikinis on. They have emasculated the woman and made her a product within the product. They don't want that no more. You could go look at the statistics. Look at the Muslims in jail. Blacks who go into jail, they become Muslim, they come out and they become part of society. They are rehabilitated inside the jails. They revert to Islam. Islam is a positive influence. Don't believe all this. They brought themselves. These are people that we don't know who they are. These are extremists who kill more Muslims than they kill other people. What I'm trying to say is that.
So are you aware? I just want to let you know. This is the stats that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
That you are correct that there are 25,000 Muslim converts per year, but are you aware that there's 2.7 million conversions to Christianity per year?
Yeah, within the denominations. What Christians are doing is they're switching teams. That's all they're doing. Well, the Baptist becomes Orthodox, the Orthodox become a Methodist. They are switching teams. There's nobody coming from outside the religion.
Muslims are there.
No. What I'm saying, I know this. You know, I go over these facts. Mm-hmm. What the conversion of Christian is within the religion itself, because you have a lot, maybe like 73 denominations. I think.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying they already were Christians; they're just converting to a different denomination.
Yeah, they just moving around. It's
but even if that were
baseball,
baseball. But even if that were true, if we took all these denominations and divided it into 2.7 million, there would still be more raw converts by far than Muslim converts.
Yeah, well, no. What I'm trying to say is that Christians, not the whole idea. You're not listening to who's converting. I'm saying Christian. I'm not saying people. Christians are converting to Islam in that numbers. There are Christian women and Christian men, people of the Christian faith. That I'm not saying animists or people from. These numbers are alluded to Christians who are converting to Islam.
How many convert the other way?
What do you mean?
From Islam to Christian.
You'll have some. I don't know. I mean, I don't have the numbers, but you'll have people, have different beliefs. But what I'm saying is that the most amazing thing is about, I'm not a religious person. I'm just because I picked this topic. But the most amazing thing is 3/4 of the reverts are women. They are women. The women you said they're oppressed. They are oppressing these women, these Muslims. They're making them wear this. They hate them. They are women. You see artists last week. One of the biggest models in France reverted to Islam.
But this is so. I find this kind of interesting.
You see, Andrew, in our religion, when a baby is born, he is Muslim.
I thought you just said you weren't religious.
I have a quick question.
No, I said in our religion. I want to explain to you. Hold on. This is, and you could talk. A baby is born a Muslim anywhere in the world. Even a Christian is born a Muslim until he reaches the age of puberty. Mm-hmm. In Christianity, a baby is born with the original sin. Imagine being born a sinner. You see the difference between the love of children. Why would you take the sin? And even the Bible says that the child should not hold the iniquities of the father. It's someplace in the Bible, but at the same time, you put that on the child.
But I'm looking at. I'm still kind of stuck on these numbers. I just had one last follow up, which was that the 25,000 number. 20,000 Muslims convert to Christianity annually. So the numbers are almost completely even. I mean, within 5,000 people, that's that might as well be a margin of error, right?
No, I don't know if that number is accurate. What I'm telling you, all over the world, the fastest growing religion is Islam. You could look it up.
Well, just in Africa, though.
No. Africa, we're losing
just in Africa.
No, we're losing in Africa.
No,
Africa.
That's the only place you're gaining. I can prove it.
Africa used to be 100% Muslim or animist. When Christianity came and gave them the rice and the bread and the food, now there's 50-50 or maybe 70-50. There are more Christians now.
What would you do to somebody who converts out of Islam?
You can't do nothing. What can you do to them?
But it says in Islamic law you'd have to kill them.
You could upstate. No, you can't. See, this is the problem between me and you. I'm talking from knowledge. You see, I'm drinking from the stream. I'm drinking from the stream of knowledge, and you're just talking out of your butt because you read that on Google, whatever. An upstate in Islam could upstate. It's called an upstate. You could leave Islam, but the only time you are killed, whatever, during this, if you try to.
The Quran and the Hadith.
Hold on. Let me finish. If you try to get other people to leave, like you start a movement, then you become an issue and a problem in Islam. But if you want to upstate on your own, who cares?
Yeah. So
you think everybody prays in Arabia? No, everybody goes to the mosque.
So I mean, it looks like you're right that the Muslim faith is definitely the fastest growing worldwide, but it looks like the reason that it is because in the sub-Saharan region, it's a birth rate thing. 4.2 to 5.2 are born back. Hang on, Omar. Listen to the stats. I'll send them to you. This is from Pew Research.
No, I understand.
And they're saying that it's in the sub-Saharan African region that you see this overwhelming number because they're the only ones keeping up with current birth rate trends.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, why don't you write what's the fastest growing religion in Western society? Or in America? Just put in America.
Fastest growing religion at 25,000 a year.
No. I mean, it's a lot. I mean,
what's the 25,000 in a country of 330 million is a lot to you?
I mean, I don't. The number you can't even trust.
How many leave a year?
I'm asking you that. Not everybody prays. I'm not religious. Yeah, I'm debating you like a fucking jihadist. I'm not religious at all. I'm a liberal at heart. My views. You go to my channel. I'm liberal as fuck. But the whole issue, I had to debate you, and I had to represent Islam, and I had to represent with facts. You was talking about stuff that the Coptics, the Philadelphia, whatever the stuff you want to say. I want to debate you on something real.
So it looks like you're right that the fastest growing religion, and it's very close in America, is Islam. But there's a caveat, which is that actually the fastest growing religion in the West is no religion. That's the fastest growing religion.
No, yeah, because a lot of people are leaving Christianity.
Well, they're leaving all religions.
Not Islam. No.
They're leaving Islam too. They're neck and neck.
You don't have a lot. You have a little bit. Okay, they could leave, but I mean,
that's just what I'm reading from.
Okay, we're not competing with numbers. We're trying to say here is Islam compatible with Western values. We found that Western values has been defeated by secular forces and liberal forces or new liberalism forces.
You've done nothing but compete with numbers.
The women, Andrew, do you agree with me that there was a conspiracy to get the women out of the house in the United States?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Didn't that destroy the home when they got the woman out of the house?
Yeah, I think Resident Sleeper would likely agree with that. True.
100%.
I do agree with that.
The women started in 1920. In 1920, the conspiracy started against the American woman or the Christian woman in the 1920s when they have the good drinking, the good 1920s. Then they came up little by. Then Hollywood came and took the woman out little by little. Then the women's now the National Women's Movement, whatever you want to call it, took the woman out. As soon as that woman was taken out of the house, that's why it produces all these statistics.
Yeah, but traditional, but that had nothing to do with traditional Christianity. That had to do with a bunch of secularists, right?
Yeah, but you don't have that, because if you go back to pre-1920,
well, no, you have worse shit, right? You have some worse shit.
No,
but anyway, I can't stay on this for long. I got to get to these callers, Omar. We'll never get to them.
All right.
Aircraft Sparky. You're on. Thanks so much for your patience. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, thank you for having me, and thank you to our wonderful debaters tonight. Much like Judaism, Islam is considered an orthopraxis religion, where Christianity is considered orthodoxic. The ideas behind this: if you do not practice the faith, you therefore are not under orthopraxis. Would you agree with that, Omar?
Yeah, I pray 5 times a day.
Outstanding. So, I have to ask this. One of the things that Resident Sleeper kept asking is where do these ideas come from?
Yeah,
And you talked about the angel Gabriel who
yeah,
came to the prophet, and there's a story in the Quran where the Prophet Muhammad was trying to, before Gabriel brought the truth to him,
right.
and he was trying to bring forth the story. He wanted to be a prophet. He was reciting some stories from the Torah and was getting it wrong. And I don't believe they were rabbis at the time, because it's wasn't the time of rabbinical Judaism,
Yeah,
but the Jewish priest or whatever they were called at the time were
I'm sorry.
mocking
I'm
him.
sorry, Aircraft Sparky. I just have to real quick because I see that there are some new people to the channel.
yeah.
I'm gonna just like explain this to you because you're clearly fucking stupid and retarded and you can't understand the English language. So I'm gonna just try to help you out. The fucking debate's over, you fuck. It's over. We're not on the same topic no more. We're just kind of like adjacent to it because we have callers. The fucking debate is over. Next time, learn how to listen because you're stupid as fuck and you're gonna piss me off. Go ahead, Aircraft Sparky.
Some scholars say that this is where the animosity between Judaism and Islam came from, was the mocking of the prophet.
No,
But
I'm not,
there are some stories are you Sunni or Shi'i? I'm sorry.
I'm a Sunni Muslim. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So there's a story, I believe, in the Shuras that talks about the Jewish neighbor of Muhammad who Muhammad helped here and there.
yeah. He was indebted. He died.
Yes.
He died on money.
So uh, the question came up about conversion. What happens if you become an apostate, if you try to convert other people?
Yeah.
I think you answered that the deal was death. The way
If
the way that is dealt with is death if you
no,
become an
if
apostate, right?
yeah, if you upstate and go home, but that's okay. But if you start to spread and try to create a schism within the Muslim community, of course they're going to kill you. Any
Okay.
society, yeah, it's
And,
treason.
okay, and of course in Islam, the word Islam itself, as you even stated, means to submit before God.
To God, yeah.
One of the ideas of Western values is that you are the maker of your own destiny. You are allowed the free will to make your own decisions. Now,
Yeah.
this is something that comes through Western philosophy, something that is pretty important to
Yeah.
many in the West. And yes, I will agree with you that we have gotten away from our Christian founding
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I believe that a return to true Christianity
Yeah.
and Judeo-Christian values would be a great thing for
For
the West.
everybody. Yeah.
But however, the problem with Islam, and is first of all, I believe Islam plagiarized everything
Yeah.
because Muhammad first tried to be a Jewish prophet and failed
No,
miserably because there's
no,
an oral tradition. Hold on, there's an oral tradition in
no.
Judaism, and he got it wrong. If you get the reciting of the Torah wrong, that's kind of a bad thing. These are things that Jewish men and women have to do by age 13 for their bar or bar mitzvahs. Accordingly, they have to recite parts of the Torah. A lot of the ideas that came up in the Quran was actually the Torah plagiarized from an Arabic perspective. How is plagiarism? How is plagiarism really? And some of the extreme treatments of things that go against the orthopraxis of Islam. How is that compatible with Western philosophy and Western values, which we can all admit we've gotten away from?
Okay. First of all, I don't know where you heard that story that he tried to be a prophet for the Jews because he was sent to the Arabs, and there was a Jewish community here that's not believed. You have to understand what Islam is. Islam is the completion of Judaism and Christianity. It is the perfection of the great prophets that came before. It came to bring back, because the issue we have with Christianity is the triune God. They associate God they associate with partners. The worst thing you could do in Islam is give God's partners. There's a surah said, "Qul huwa Allahu ahad." Say God is one. Allahu samad. He is the only one. Lam yalid. He does not beget, and he is not begotten. This is the issue we have with Christianity. That's why they say that Muhammad was sent. Muhammad was mentioned in the Bible. If you look up my handle on my Twitter, the Comforter. He was called the Comforter because Jesus said, "I have to go. I have to go." I don't know the exact thing. They said, "I have to go because the Comforter has to come." The Comforter is Muhammad, be a peace upon him. You see my name, my handle from 2009, because I used to study Christianity a long time ago and I stopped. But we get our values from the Christian Jewish laws, the laws of Moses. By the way, Jesus did not make any laws. Jesus didn't do anything. Jesus just came, he made wine, and he got killed, and he left.
Last follow up here.
Okay,
Caller.
Yes.
He didn't make any laws. If you go to the
No,
US
no,
Supreme
no,
Court,
no. Jesus was
Google it right now. The 17 makers of law in the Supreme Court. You will not find. You find Moses, Muhammad, and all the Greek philosophers. Jesus never made any laws. He never did anything.
So Yeshua, because you even said that
We
the
call him
letter
Isa.
J didn't exist, right?
Huh?
So the letter J
Isa.
didn't exist. So his
We
name
call
was
him
not actually
Isa.
Jesus. He was Yeshua. That was
Isa.
his Hebrew name. So Yeshua was the fulfillment of the prophecy.
Yes.
He is.
He was sent.
But you would say that he is a prophet, much like Muhammad, right?
One of the great prophets. No, yes.
And so my question.
He's more special than Muhammad. He's more.
You mentioned
because
that
he
Muhammad
ascended to God. He ascended to God. Muhammad did not ascend to God. Muhammad is dead in the ground. You understand the difference?
Wait, hold on. No, there's actually a story when he died and he was buried at the Temple Mountain in Jerusalem. He actually was seen ascending to heaven.
Jesus? Jesus never.
No, Muhammad.
No, he never went to heaven. Muhammad is dead. Muhammad is dead.
Where did Muslims originally pray to? I've got to ask that. Where did Muslims originally face to pray?
Toward Jerusalem.
Okay, and then they switched over to Mecca. Why?
To Mecca, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the surah. Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm saying to you that Jesus was a mighty messenger of God. He was more mightier than Muhammad. Muhammad didn't have no miracles. Muhammad did not walk on water. He did not do anything. He did not bring the people to death. He did not cure leprosy. He didn't do anything. Muhammad's miracle was only the Quran. He never said, "I am this or that." And he died and he's buried like everybody else. But Jesus, the prophet of Jesus, may peace and blessing upon him, he was ascended to heaven. He was never killed or humiliated by the Jews or by the Romans. He was never humiliated and made naked, and they put nails on him. It looked like them. God put something in their mind that it was him. God ascended his prophet and he protected him. And what did Jesus say? Salam Allahu alayya, peace upon me when I was born. Wa salam Allah alayya and peace upon me when I ascend to the heavens. And salam Allah alayya when I die. Jesus hasn't died yet. Jesus in Islam will come. Jesus has to come before the day of judgment. Then when Jesus come and he will fight with the Dajjal. The Dajjal is the one who is a false prophet. It's probably in your Bible. And once he kills him, then the day of judgment starts. So Jesus in Islam hasn't died yet. He's alive. He's going to come back as Al-Masih. What do you call him? Messiah. See the word Messiah. Messiah in Arabic. He has not died yet. But when you guys put him in this Bible, he's fighting his mother, he's doing this.
Omar, we can't do a 1 hour monologue per caller. So, look, I get that you want to explain yourself.
Try to convert him here.
Yeah, I get it. But anyway,
Aircraft,
I appreciate the call in very much.
Go to sleep.
OG Snoop, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead, man.
Sweet. Omar.
Yeah, brother.
So you complain about degeneracy and the fall of the West and the decline of the West. However, you still lump everybody in the same category of decline and decimation of Western values within the United States compared to the subhuman rodents that you live amongst and that slum the coast you call of a state. Are you sure that everybody within America are the same as the people in
So you disrespecting New York City?
York?
I think New York is better than all your filthy inbreeding states in the South. Yeah, come on, go, man. You depend on our money. We pay the taxes to feed you. Go. You've been under
I'm not from the South. I'm not from the South. I'm just saying, you lump everybody in the United States with those subhuman pieces of shit that you live amongst that you call people.
I'm giving you the numbers. You could kiss everybody's dick in New York, you piece of shit. New York is better than all the states, man. I would defend New York.
Really? What value or moral obligation does New York present that everybody else should supply to?
We have social acceptance of everybody. We have the greatest amount of people of different colors and religions. There's no racism. There's no issue here. And New York is part of the United States. The numbers I gave you, it's not from New York. I gave you numbers from the CDC, from the government of the federal government of the United States. I'm sure New York doesn't abort 1 million babies. It's all over the United States. I'm sure that 40,000 women are not raped in New York. They are raped all over the United States.
But you lump everybody in the same category as New Yorkers running around with degenerates. Everyone in New York, half the people in New York are literally homosexuals, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, I'm not, man. Just give me a girl and I'll hump out right in front of you. Next.
OG, did you have anything else you wanted to follow up with?
Well, I asked him specifically, how are all the people within the United States the same as the trash heap in New York?
I just gave you the
New York is so great. Doesn't that make America great? If everybody's just like New Yorkers, doesn't that make everybody just phenomenal because New York is so great?
You're jealous of New York, man. Go to sleep, man. Where you from? Whether it's Kentucky, fried chicken with the States one. You still fucking horses there? Go. Okay. Oh, they still fucking
better than Islam fucking their daughters.
Bestiality is still legal in your state. Bestiality is still legal.
All right, OG. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You see, they hate their own country, Andrew. These people are miserable.
Well, they don't hate their own country.
Why would you? Why would you respect New York?
They hate New Yorkers, not their.
Why would you?
The rest of the country.
Have you been in New York, Andrew?
I have, yeah.
Did you have any issue? Did you see anything wrong? People are just living their life. That's it.
Yeah, and it was also a pretty fucked up place, man. I'm not gonna lie.
What place? I lived all over. I live in Brooklyn. I lived in the Bronx. Never had any issue all my life. Yeah,
never. You never rode a subway in your life, or what?
I used to go to work every morning before I retired. Every morning, 4:30 in the morning. Never had a problem.
You never rode the subway at night?
Night, day. I lived in New York. I'm in New York.
And how do you think it is?
I go to the game at night in the Bronx, and I have to come home on the train to Brooklyn.
Would you recommend that your daughter, your like 16, 17-year-old daughter, rode the subway at night?
I'm going to give you something you're not going to believe, because my kids. I don't want to speak on my kids because I don't want nobody to disrespect them here, because I'm going to be really upset. So leave that alone, Andrew. But I'm going to tell you that people respect women who are well dressed, modestly dressed, and wear the hijab, the scarf. Yeah. I'm telling you, whether they're Hispanics, white, whatever.
Yeah, but you wouldn't put them on a subway car at night. Dude.
There's no need for. Why would I put on
because they're dangerous as fuck, man.
But there's no reason behind that. This is the problem. My woman is in her house. What is she going to do in the subway? What is she doing in the subway?
Maybe she has to go to the fucking grocery store so she can cook my food, bro.
We got to take a train. We don't have supermarkets in our neighborhood. Come on.
Not all the neighborhoods do. No. And some of them are pricier and shit. Sometimes you can take a subway in New York and you can go to a store that's 10 times cheaper than the one in your neighborhood and you know it.
I'm in the retail business all my life.
Am I wrong?
No, you're wrong, because I'm in the retail business.
So every store has fixed prices in New York.
The train? Come on, man.
What do you mean? The train wasn't expensive when I was there.
Not the train. I mean, to save money on food, on 20 cents on a tomato.
No, it's not 20 cents. You're not going there to save 20 cents on one tomato. But if you're going to shop for a family of 5.
Okay, we pay the higher price in our neighborhood. We don't like to. We're not frightened. We're not going to leave the security of our neighborhood to go look to save $1 in some different neighborhood that we don't know.
All right.
You have to understand. In New York is like enclaves. You have the white areas, you have the Spanish areas, you have the black area. It's segregated, by the way. If you look at New York, it's segregated. You have the Italians in a certain area. You have the Hispanics, the Arabs.
Yeah, it's a real jewel of liberal values.
Everybody is in their own. Everybody is in their own clay, but they respect each other. I never had any issue all my life.
I wonder where those liberal values.
I see you there, machine.
I was bullied in school. I was bullied in school. I was bullied in school by Italian kids.
Yeah, I mean, but you probably deserved it, right? Just like a little bit.
I was a punk. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, you fucking deserve it. See, the Italians for cleaning it up.
The problem with the Italian is they think they're white and they're not even white. If you look at the history, they're considered black. In the
Yeah,
United
but I
States.
mean the Egyptians take that too. Like,
Huh?
well, wait,
And
sorry.
the Albanian.
Sorry, the Albanians and certain. No, I'm kidding. Michael, you're up, man.
Albanians are white. Albanians from
Hey,
Europe.
what's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? How are you? Go ahead, man. Michael.
Good, Omar. I'm a Christian, and obviously, I'm gonna have a question for you.
No problem.
So just two questions. So first one is, you believe in Mary having a virgin birth
Yes, miraculous birth
by God.
by God.
So would you agree that we are of the seed of Adam?
Yes, of course.
Me, you, Andrew, resident sleeper.
All the great prophets: Abraham, Moses, Jacob, Zechariah, the John
So
the
who-
Baptist. All
so
those
who-
prophets.
Whose seed is Jesus of?
Huh?
Whose seed is Jesus of?
Of Mary, Imran. You know, her family was named Imran. They have a whole chapter.
Yeah, but I'm saying
نفخنا فيها الروح.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. If our
I know we
father,
understand. You understand that the concept that Jesus doesn't have a father. You got to get that out of your head.
okay.
God doesn't have any kids. God has he has no time for kids and raising kids in Jerusalem and riding donkeys and all that stuff. You Christian got to get that shit out of your head.
So he wastes his time.
God sent Gabriel. He said to Mary.
So he wastes his time placing a seed in Mary.
I'm gonna explain to you. Mary was under the tree, a date, date tree. She was sitting down. He said, she saw Gabriel. And she started shaking. She said, I have news from you. I have greetings from you from God. He said, you will carry Jesus, the mighty messenger of God. She said, how can I carry a baby and I have never been touched? I'm a virgin. She said, God does his miracles, and he blew.
Sounds like a dad, man. I don't know, man.
It's a dialogue. It's a dialogue in the Quran between Mary and Gabriel. I'm telling you. I'm just explaining to you in your own language, so you can understand.
I know, but I'm saying if me and you both have father and mother who are from the seed of Adam.
I told you, he just had a mother. It's a miracle birth.
Okay. That's it. I got it.
Okay.
My second question.
Father, it's a miracle. Go ahead.
It is a miracle, and
yeah, it is. Oh well, who's the father?
Okay. All right. There's obviously nothing there. Number two would be if the fleshly things of this world, considering like lust, right? These things are bad, right? Then why is the reward in paradise for the Muslim 72 virgins for pleasure? I
never heard of that. That's a made up number. I don't.
This is 72 virgins.
Yeah, this is what's this? Sam Harris, that fucking agnostic bastard, that the atheist. Oh, Bill Maher in real time. I never heard that number. And if we got 72, why has to be 72? Why can't it be 75? Why?
Regardless of the numbers, why can't
it be 99? I want 99. I don't want to stick with 72.
Well, listen. Just listen to me. Regardless of the numbers, why is the reward in paradise something that is of a fleshly desire?
Where the Muslims or the people or the believers of God will be rewarded with banat al-hur.
Or the rivers. Why is there rivers of wine? Why is there rivers of wine in paradise for the Muslim who's saved?
You forgot honey and milk.
If alcohol is a sin of fleshly desire,
the Muslims will be rewarded for obeying the laws of Allah on earth.
But why are they rewarded fleshly desires when they're of spirit? If they're of spirit, correct, why do they have fleshly desire in heaven? That doesn't make sense to me.
You know that husbands and wife meet in heaven. They don't have to get married to other women in heaven. You could just stay with your wife. If your wife was a believer and you were a believer and you both go to heaven, you get your wife. What are you guys talking? Leave those sides.
This is the thing. This is what I'm saying. What is the reward of flesh?
What do you mean reward? You are in heaven. Everything that you were forbidden on earth, you are able to get in heaven.
So you can murder in heaven since it's forbidden on earth.
That's your reward. Really, is that what you came up with? Next, come on, Michael, go to sleep. Next, they're gonna have crime, right? They're gonna start sticking up banks and robbing people in the subway in heaven. Come on, man.
Everyone calm the fuck down for 10 seconds.
Omar, got you all tonight. I got you all. I feel so good because I had sugar before I came up.
Shut up, Omar.
All right, shut up.
Michael, I appreciate so much that you called in.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great night, man. Have a great night.
We appreciate all those people in the chat room. We thank you for being here. I'm serious.
The machine lies. Can you hear us okay?
Support the Crucible.
Hello.
Hi, you've been waiting patiently. Go ahead, man.
Hey, greetings. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yes,
good.
sir. Good.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, I think this show is a very great show. I've been watching this show for a very long time. I watch all the debates on Christian nationalism, and I would just like to say that thank you for so much for having me on. I'm sorry I was mean to some of the people in the chat, and
You fucking dick. Well, you
What the
fucking
fuck?
what an
What are you gonna-
asshole. dude.
I'm sorry
And I
about
would
it.
like to say, I like to send a shout out to Ray and Michael in California. Tell them I love them all. I'm on radio. Come on, guy. You got a question or what?
No, he's a man. He can like his first time calling in, Omar. Shut
Hey,
the
look,
fuck up and let the
He's
man
high.
talk.
Look at the weed.
Go ahead, machine
alaikum.
lies. He would listen.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
His time,
Waalaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, brother? I think you're Pakistani.
all right. So he's shut down for 10 seconds so that you can continue to talk good about the Crucible. Right. So I shut him down for a couple seconds so you can keep talking good about
get out of the
Crucible.
camera, kiddo. Get out of the camera.
So anyway, go ahead, man.
Yeah, sorry about that. My family's excited too, but yeah, I have a show where I talk about the problem of technology, and one of the most salient aspects of this problem is the development of secular values in the West. So I think it's very beautiful what you guys are doing here, having a debate show centered around Christian values. I used to have a friend that was Christian. He went to a Pentecostal church.
Yeah.
It was Messiah's church over here over here up in Ypsilanti, and he died in a car accident. And I remember he used to come over, and we used to talk about religious topics, and we started we were going to start a debate show called Holy Robots, and he died in a car accident.
Sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, and his name is Mark Sumter, and I think he rests in peace. I do think he will go to heaven. You know, he's a Christian. He was a beautiful Christian brother. He was my only real friend, you know, that I had. And you know, I miss him dearly. And you know, he was a great member in his community. But one of the things we always used to talk about was
What's the
that
question?
was that Western values have this unique aspect, how they developed up in European society. And one of the main ways that European society developed was the spread of Christianity to Europe.
It's true.
And this also coincided in the fall of the Roman Empire.
That's true
Now,
too.
now, Western values have one are on one side linked with Greco-Roman values because of this, because of their fall of Rome and then being linked to Rome, and then some of the first church fathers like Saint Eusebius and some of these other people did very strange things, like they compared Moses to Plato and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Can I answer, Andrew? Can I give me a question?
so the question is just what is the progenitor of this thing called quote unquote Western values?
Yeah.
Did
there
it
is-
start 2,000 years ago, or did it start 500 years ago? And just what is Western values? Just how are they linked to liberalism, and how are they linked to Christian values?
Okay.
Because liberal values also started in the West.
Well,
So you can't just put it all on Protestantism, because Protestantism is an outgrowth of Christianity.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you something now.
You know, I saw this stuff with, Rachel Wilson.
Do you think though that Christian value or that liberal values started in the West, or do you think that those came in from Eastern thought leaders?
Okay, let me tell you what happened.
Just out of like curiosity, do you think that it was only that liberalism only came from Western thought leaders?
Yeah.
Well, it would be the incorporation of certain aspects of the Islamic sciences that
Yes.
were incorporated in the Renaissance. That does have certain
Thank you. Yes.
blameworthy aspects to it. But the fact is that those Islamic sciences were seen in the Islamic world as apostasy. But they were taken on in the West. They had special development in the West, and then they developed Protestantism.
Well, I mean, they were considered
the
problematic
Renaissance,
for early church too, right?
the Renaissance was jump started by the Arabs and Muslim in Spain. Ibn Khaldun, Ibn Sina. These are great philosophers.
Well, let me pose this to Resident Sleeper.
They're not great.
So Resident Sleeper, his questions is actually a pretty good one. He's like, look, considering that Christianity has 2,000 years of history, and it's being exported into Europe, it has this kind of mixture of some secular aspects from tradition, possibly some type of philosophy thrown in there, along with the actual value system. It's a pretty complex history. So when you're talking about Western value, where do we make the delineation between like the political, the philosophical, and the religious? That's a pretty brutal question, I think. You know,
that is a good.
Andrew, can I say
well,
something?
let's let Resident Sleeper answer to it.
He doesn't have anything to offer.
Well, let him talk, Omar. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, man.
Honestly, around the time of the Enlightenment, I think was the biggest mistake. But when it comes to liberal values, you'd have to understand that they'd like always been around. You know, people have always had a certain sense of liberalism when it comes to it, because humans are fallen creatures. We live with free will, so it's probably a mix of not only 2,000 years, but even before that. I mean, even after the flood, there would have been deviations like that. It's not something that's like a new idea. But it is more prominent now, I think. Personally,
Christianity was in the Dark Ages in Europe. There were the popes were almost like dictators, sending people to die in crusades and things of that nature. Did you know that women were not allowed to own property? In Islam, they own property. The women own property from day one.
Where?
Khadija, the prophet worked for her, right? What do you mean, where?
That was pre-Islam. That was pre-Islam.
It's not pre-Islam. They were able to inherit. They inherited. This guy's going to tell me my faith. I don't understand this.
You don't know it.
I know my faith.
You don't know it, dude.
I don't know how many books I have. I don't know how many books. Shut up. They're able to inherit their father and their husbands if they die. You know when the first time women got property? I think in the 1880s in the United States or in Europe. Women were not considered human. You're the first person to create the machine to print the Bible. They killed them because they don't want people to have access to the Bible. What do you call them? These popes, whatever. They wanted to have a monopoly on the book of the Bible. They killed him because he printed the first Bible. The Renaissance.
Omar, what is your origin nation? Your heritage?
I'm from Yemen, but
Yemen. Can women own property in Yemen?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. For how long have they been able to?
Since Islam, it's in the Quran. But
Wait, since Islam?
I mean, since Islam, the Quran, even pre-Islam, even during the Jahiliyyah, during the ignorance of the Arabs.
Well, because the reason I ask, because it is true that there was definitely women didn't have the same rights as men in the United States, but they pretty much didn't have the same rights as anybody anywhere ever. So you know what I mean.
They have a whole surah in the Quran about inheritance. I'm going to tell you what the difference is. Women, two girls inherit the same as a brother. It's not equal. Let's say that you have.
Their opinion is also valuable.
Hold on.
It's not equal.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you an idea why they did that.
All right.
Let's say, Andrew, you have two kids, right? You have a boy and two girls, right? God forbid something happened to you. The boy gets half and the two girls get half. You're going to ask, why, Omar? What the fuck is going on over here? Huh? Because when the girls marry, they go to a different clan. So they are able to inherit their husband in order not to deprive the sons of whatever they have and take it away from them and their way of life.
It's given to the husbands.
What if she's a really ugly chick?
No, it doesn't matter ugly. She gets inherited.
No, I mean it does matter, because wouldn't that directly affect the amount of shit that she would get from a good, high status husband?
No, we have a whole surah that even the mother. Let's say if I die, my mother will inherit 8% of my property, all my brothers and stuff like that, or my wife and things like that. It's already written. Women were even before Islam. The Prophet Muhammad worked for Khadija. Khadija was a Christian woman, his first wife. She was older than him. He used to take our merchandise and sell them in Syria and come back. Even during the time, even the time of ignorance, it's called Jahiliyyah Please, sleeper, shut up. You have nothing to offer. The only thing you have to offer is Big Macs and McDonald's. Go eat like a McDonald's and come back, okay?
The
You
fuck? Why you
understand?
keep bashing on
Because
McDonald's,
he's a
man?
fucking idiot. Anybody who
How
can't
the fuck
control
does a
his-
New Yorker bash on McDonald's?
He
Like
can't
it's
control his
every
fuck-
fucking corner in New York, everywhere is
Yeah,
McDonald's.
but I'm saying that you see the difference. I'm not fat, and it is a McDonald's. What I'm trying to say is that he doesn't have any knowledge of his religion. I'm gonna give you the idea. Christianity was corrupted by Paul. I know you guys are gonna get upset because we don't have we want the God, Jesus God. Where's the gospel of Jesus? Once you Christian give us that, we'll tell you we have the gospel of Jesus. It's in the Quran.
All right. Omar, before you go crazy on Paul, let's get back to the caller
Paul
real
was
quick.
nothing but he was nothing but a bounty hunter who used to kill Christians. All of a sudden, he found God and he was a grifter. That's all he was. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Machine Lies. Did you have a follow-up you wanted to ask?
Well, since they segued into this topic about the Christian treatment about women, we could center on the Christian treatment of women. And of course, we know that until the 1900s, women were seen as second-class citizens.
Yeah.
If a woman committed a crime, her husband would be blamed for it, even in Europe. And these are just facts that
What's wrong with that?
Actually in Islam.
What's wrong? Wait, what's wrong with
She's
that?
not allowed to have her own pay.
And this goes.
What
and
the
this
fuck
goes.
is wrong with that? What,
No,
I don't see a
I'm not
problem
saying.
with
No, I'm
any
not
of
saying.
this.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Andrew,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's a little bit of a double standard in calling out Muslims.
Go ahead, call me out. I'm going to answer. Islam is the perfect religion. Go ahead.
There's a double standard in calling out Muslims for putting women as second-class citizens when actually Christianity recommends this. The Pauline letters recommend this. They say that women are born with the sin of.
So I think it's fair what you're saying. You're like,
brother.
If you think that this is okay, if you think, shut
Islam,
up, Omar.
Islam,
Omar, you got to shut the fuck up.
I think the machine
bro.
is on my side. The machine is on.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. If you let me make a point, it'll help us all.
But but hang on, just relax for a second, Omar. So listen.
Yeah,
I tend to agree with you that it's true that I would not be able to logically go after you for something that I think is like, pretty cool, right? Or pretty awesome. But I go after Islam in a different way. I'm looking at it from a theological truth-based perspective. Is Islam true? Not necessarily the details. The details of what's inside the religion itself are a lot more relevant to me than if the base of the religion itself is true. So that's the way that I go after it, which is why you don't see me talk or debate with Muslims much or things like that. It's not particularly of interest to me.
Give me the address and I'll send you a Quran.
Of course. I study philosophy myself.
Brother, where you from? Machine, where you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
I knew it. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm from Pakistan. I'm Punjabi.
Punjabi, of course.
The turbans, the Sikhs, those are my ancestors.
They're the warmongers. The warmongers. They're the killers. They're the fighters. They're the fighters in wars.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
First of all, everybody can agree with me when I say this to this commenter. Irishmen cannot be alcoholics. It's not possible. It is impossible, 100% impossible for an Irishman to be an alcoholic. It can't be done.
Irish are the best people in the that I've met in my life.
Why are you lying to him?
I'm going to tell you why. I swear to God. They have this sense of responsibility and they're very generous. I used to work as a cab driver a long time ago. I used to drive a cab, New York, and I used to have stores. They were the only people to tip. They didn't have to tip.
Yeah.
They would give you a tip, $10. One time I took a lady, she came from Ireland, and I took her to the airport, and we got stuck in the rain, and I lost like 2-3 hours. She knew I lost a day's work, and it was only $40. You know how much she gave me? She gave me the $40 plus $100.
Did the Yemenis tip?
Huh? The Yemenis,
are the
Yemenis
good tippers, Omar?
We're the drivers. We're the drivers. We're the drivers.
All right. We gotta let Machine Lies ask his damn question so we can move on. Go ahead, dude. Ask your question. Omar, let him actually ask it.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for letting me have a second question. I guess the question would be, it would go a little something like this. It would be, it would be addressing those verses in Timothy and elsewhere where Paul puts the curse on women for childbearing. He says that women have a curse put on them for childbearing. Well, he says in Romans 5 that because of one man sin entered the world, and that man is Adam. And then he kind of says later that it was Eve who convinced him.
Yeah.
So that's a little strange. How come Paul switches and shifts the blame from putting the blame on Adam to then putting the blame on Eve, and how this actually results in Christians having an understanding of women as their actual biological faculties, such as childbearing, being involved in aspects of sin.
Okay.
Well, it's not exactly childbearing. That's
I'm
going
gonna
to be
tell you.
involved.
You got let him answer, man. Let Resident Sleeper answer the question posed to him. Go ahead.
Tim, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Resident Sleeper.
It's not exactly childbearing that is the curse that has been put on women. If you look into Genesis during the time of original sin, Adam and Eve both committed the sin. It was the serpent that had convinced Eve that had convinced Adam, and both of them, the sin was them rejecting God, but also lying to God, saying that it was not them, it was the serpent who made them. Them is the big thing. Hold on, let me finish because this is important for it.
I know it is. Go ahead.
And then sin had entered into the world. That sin would have involved the pain of childbirth. That is the curse that's being talked about there. The curse, quote unquote, is the pain of childbirth.
Okay, let me just say, not only I already said that issue that Christianity is only the religion that a baby is born with a sinner, which is amazing. How could a baby clear?
Where did I even say that?
You didn't say that. And I said that it's in your
where did I
Bible.
say that?
The
No,
original
it's
sin.
not.
The original sin, man. What's wrong with you? Do you know your
Omar,
Bible?
what is original sin?
The original sin is that the sin that Adam sinned, and the children must carry the sin. They died.
No, that's not what original sin
Okay, hold on.
is.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what the greatest tragedies in Christians are.
Because you don't know what original sin is.
Hold on, brother. The greatest. There's two tragedies in Christianity. The greatest tragedy is Paul when he hijacked Christianity and made it his own religion. That's one.
Machine, did I answer your question?
Hold on. Machine.
Do you see how Mina brags? Do you see this kind of bragging that Mina does in chat? No, you hold the fuck on. I want to know. I want a question answered for me now. You hold on. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Machine lies. I got a question for you. Are you of the Islamic faith?
Yeah, I was born a Muslim, and I found it useful because I've studied many religions. I've studied all the religions. I found it just useful.
Are you yourself though?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
You're
that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm a practicing Muslim.
Are you smoking dope?
Well, cannabis is not banned in Islam.
It's not banned.
So what about alcohol?
Only alcohol.
Alcohol. Well, it says the word that's used in the Quran is khamar, and khamar means intoxicants, and the type of intoxicants it's talking about is things that encourage sleepiness.
Yeah,
like
but
pot? Like pot? Like weed? Come on, man. How does weed not equal sleepiness?
Do I look sleepy to you? Hey, I'm not.
Well,
hey, I'm not
you're
sleepy.
wearing sunglasses.
You
might be sleepy as fuck, dude.
I like this
No,
guy.
I'm not sleepy. I'm not sleepy. I'm not sleepy.
Machine, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Where's the super chat? Where's the money? No money. Nobody spending money.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you too, Resident Sleeper.
We'll set it up. We'll set it up. I promise, guys. Thank you so much for your call.
Okay, one more thing.
Have a great night.
Let me finish my thinking.
No, you need to get to super chats.
One more thing.
No. We'll be here. We'll be here the rest of the fucking night. No. All right.
I'm going to include it in my answer. Okay, good.
Okay, yeah. We'll include it.
One thing. That's it. The greatest tragedy. The second tragedy.
The greatest tragedy right now is I can't get to the super chats because you're rambling.
All right, but let's go. I want to see some real. Listen, I stood up this late for you guys. All right, because he told me 7 o'clock, then he changed it to 9 o'clock. I usually sleep by 10. I'm an early sleeper.
Oh my God! Do you need to go get some Insure, Omar? You need to go get a little Insure.
How do you know I have it? I had it ready.
Some more. You want some more milk? You get patted on your little backseat.
I swear to God, I have it ready.
We're just
I told
we're
him to
just
keep it there
funning.
in case I get weak. Go ahead.
We're just
Let's go to the
funning. We're
super
just
chats.
funning. All right, so got to go over to $3 from Ray Aggs. He says this is a test. I hope we pass the test. $5 from Jack the Hat. He says, Omar,
Yes.
are Islamic blasphemy laws compatible with Western value, that is freedom of speech and expression? If yes, several dead cartoonists might disagree with you. And I think that's a reference to Charlie Hebdo, for instance.
I could tell you what. Okay. You see, I was going to answer that at the end. I was going to surprise Sleeper what Western values are. Freedom of speech is welcome in any, but when your freedom of speech starts and mine ends, then we have an issue here. When you insult me, you have no right to insult me. You have the freedom of speech to talk about your mother, your father. I don't give a damn. But when you come to insult another faith or another people's faith, what gives you that right? Don't I have the freedom to worship in peace? Do not have the right to worship my gods or my prophets and not to be insulted by you? Is freedom of speech for you to insult? Is that really freedom of speech? That is not freedom of speech. This is idiotic behavior. These
Where's
are
the freedom of speech in Islam?
Huh?
Where's the freedom of speech in Islam?
What I mean, my freedom of speech is to speak things, not to insult Resident Sleeper or talk about you or say, oh, he's an alcohol, he's a drunk, he's a bum, he's a liar. That's not freedom of speech.
It's not?
This is what I want to tell you. I was going to answer him.
Wait, how is that not freedom of speech?
Well, to insult people, that's not freedom of speech.
Why is it not?
Because you get punched in the face.
Well, wait, hang on a second.
Yeah.
So you're saying that if somebody comes over and punches you because you insult them, that ought be legal?
No. Let's say me and you in the street, and I'll say, "Yo, Andrew, you're a piece of shit."
Yeah,
you're gonna punch me in the face.
Yeah, but then I get arrested, right?
Oh, I mean, then you told me I'm a piece of shit.
But if I call you a piece of shit, do I get arrested?
I mean, I don't care. That's not my problem.
Well, then I don't understand. How is it not freedom of speech if I can say it? Not
you don't have to insult people. You're going to pay for your freedom of speech. That's the payment you get, a punch in the face. I don't care if I get arrested. Next time,
yeah, but there's consequences to punching
but
someone
next time you'll know that if you insult another person, you'll get punched in the face again. So you learn a lesson. You understand how it works?
No,
there you go.
No, I'm very confused.
You're gonna take a beat. Listen, in New York, if you fucking look at somebody a little bit wrong, you're gonna take a beating. What I'm saying is that our freedom of speech is.
I thought that this was like a swell paradise. Like now, if I look at someone cross-eyed, I'm gonna get beat.
I swear to God,
you
Andrew,
just contradicted every point you made about rape and everything, man. You just contradicted
Andrew,
everything.
if you offered me a mansion in any state of the United States, I would never leave New York City. I just love the vibe. I like that crazy. Yo, get the fuck out of the way. What? Fuck you. What? Beep, 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 beep. That environment is beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Yo, what are you looking at? Fuck you. What? You son of a bitch. Get out of your spick. Oh, you Arab. Get out of here. You sand in. I can't say the word. Yeah, you understand?
Okay. Jason Shull for $5 says, I say nothing, Lebowski, nothing.
I don't know what that is.
It's I think a reference to the movie The Big Lebowski,
okay.
which is a movie that is clearly too good for you, Omar. But
I don't watch movies.
See, it's like
I used to.
Omar. Okay, Wicked Wally sent in $5 super chat. It says, I tried to reach Islam from the West, but I ran so far away. it's a fucking corny fuck. All right, Jack in the Hat sends in $11.78. He says, Omar, what is the punishment for apostasy according to Sharia? Answer that before trying to lecture us on the respect for life.
I already answered it. You have the right to upstate, but stay home and leave people alone. But you don't have the right to start an upstate project and get other people to upstate. That's treasonous in any country. You have the right. You have the right to upstate as an individual. Stay home. Nobody gives a damn if you pray, if you don't. But if you start recruiting people against the religion, then you will be,
I can think of many saints that can say otherwise.
Wait, I'm telling you, man.
Omar, wait, no. What? So let me get this right.
Let's say
Andrew, I have a neighbor.
You. Let's say Andrew is a Muslim in Yemen, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want this religion no more. I'm tired of it. I don't want to pray no more and get up 5 times a day. Good for you, Andrew. Go home and shut the fuck up. But Andrew said, listen, yo, Jack, yo, Omar, yo, Abdul, come here. What are you guys wasting your time with this religion? then you're starting a fucking riot. You're starting problems,
Uh,
and the stability of the community is in danger. You have become an endanger to the stability of the community. Then you have to be dealt with right away.
Well, then let me ask you a question. Let's assume for a second that there is a guy who's doing this, who's recruiting people away from Islam,
Yeah.
but his teachings are complete 100% pacifism, meaning they're not allowed to do violence in any way, shape, or form,
Doesn't
ever,
matter.
no matter what. So he
It
just
doesn't-
recruits them into this non-violent, can never do any violence religion.
It doesn't matter.
So should they be executed?
The guy will be executed.
Should he be?
Yes,
You think he should be?
because he's endangering the stability of the community by his actions.
By being a pacifist?
Not a pacifist, by telling people to leave their religion and then create this schism in the community. You don't need that.
Saint John, the former Muslim of Albania, was left Islam for Orthodoxy. His parents had informed the people in charge at the time. They had tracked him down and said, either come back to Islam or we will kill you.
Yeah,
And they killed him.
I never heard of that. Good.
Well, of course you haven't, because he's an
In
Orthodox.
Albania, that's in Europe. That's in the heart of Europe.
What?
Okay.
Albania is 70% Muslim.
So,
But it's in the heart of Europe. You're telling me this shit is
so
happening in the
Omar,
heart of Europe?
I've got a follow-up question for you.
Go ahead, man.
Let's say inside of a community of white people, a black person wants to enter into that community, and he begins to say that blacks need to be able to be integrated into this white community.
Yeah.
Is he a
Sure.
problem, Omar? Is he a problem to the stability of that
I'm
community,
gonna tell
Omar?
you, I'm going to explain to you. If I show you, I promise you, I'm going to show you a photo of my father. My father's black almost. My father's white.
Yeah, but just answer my question.
I'm going to tell you, we don't see color in Arabia. There's no color. Like, let's say in Yemen, you have different you have people who have freckles and blue eyes in Yemen. We see regions. Let's say if I see a dark person, right?
What
I'm not
color
gonna
was
say-
Muhammad?
Hold on. I'm not going to say he's black. Leave
Because he
Muhammad
was
alone.
white. In the Quran, he was the whitest of white prophets.
Okay, great. Okay, good for you.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Go to me,
It's in the Quran.
go give him a cookie, Andrew. Listen, so the whole idea is, this is why I was astonished when I came to the United States, because where I'm from, we don't see color. Color is not a race. The only place
Muhammad did.
hold on, come on, let me talk, man. I'm talking fucking logic here. Go to sleep. Listen to me, Andrew. Color is only an ethnicity, only in the United States. When you go to other country, color is not an ethnicity. It's just a color.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
it doesn't matter. So that doesn't
It
answer my
doesn't matter. He
question.
just
If
not-
it causes instability to the
yes. I just told you my
Omar,
father is dark as hell.
Omar, if it causes issues with the continuity of the community, that's your excuse for why execution over there is okay. Why wouldn't that apply, regardless of why it causes the continuity
He's
issue?
a Muslim. He has color is not an issue. Color is only an
Who
issue. in the United
cares
States.
if it? No, you're not saying that. That's not what you said. You said the reason he should be executed is
What are
because
we talking
he's
about? What are we
causing
talking about?
problems with the stability of that people group, right?
The upstate, the one who upstated from the religion, right?
Yes.
Okay, but we talk about color. What does color have to do with
Okay,
the,
so because it's a logical question, meaning, so if your prescription for people who cause continuity issues inside of a community ought to be executed,
Yeah.
then that would have to go for all communities, right? Everywhere.
Yeah, but the blacks are Muslim. We don't see black. in
Yeah,
our
but
country.
who cares? As long as the logic is, if there's a continuity problem, that ends in execution. Why wouldn't that be true along racial lines, religious lines,
Why racial?
sexual
Why?
lines, whatever
Why?
lines you want?
Why racial? What does that racial has to do with that? If he's a Muslim, he's like me. He could marry my daughter.
What
What's
does
wrong
that
with you?
have to do with anything?
He could
Omar?
marry my daughter. It
What
doesn't
does
matter.
that have to do with anything, Omar? I'm
Well, what
asking
I'm
about a
telling you is
continuity issue. Continuity issue.
What I'm telling you is there is no racism. Racism is your
I
own
don't
product
care
here.
about who can interject it with anything you want. That's not race. It
You're
still
not
doesn't
making
matter.
any sense. What you saying? If a black Muslim comes into
Whatever the problem is with why it causes an issue with the continuity of a people group.
What problem is this black Muslim causing? What problem is he
Well,
causing?
who cares what the specific problem is? All that matters is that one is being caused by him. So if one is being caused by him to the continuity of the group,
Is he rebellious against the laws?
yeah. But let's say the laws are against like interracial marriage.
There isn't.
But let's just assume there was.
There, you can't assume that doesn't exist.
Okay, but it exists in other parts of the world. Why would
it only exists in your country?
Yeah,
here in
but
the
why
United
would
States.
that not? If that's
doesn't
true,
exist.
okay. So then, if that's true,
If
and
I'm
it's-
telling you my father's black, almost black, and you're telling me, well,
you
what are
won't
we talking about here?
Omar, you won't answer the question. You know that.
I am answering the
You
question.
know,
You're telling
kicking
me
shit. You won't answer the question.
there is no ethnicity. There's no color is not a
Just
problem.
say Andrew. Just say Andrew. I'm a coward and refuse to answer your question.
Your question is a dumb question, man.
Because you won't answer. Well, how would you know?
Because it doesn't make any
it.
sense. You're telling me if a black Muslim is in a community.
No, I'm asking about continuity problems. So
Muslims
I'm saying
are brothers,
your
man.
logic. This is Omar's logic. Omar's logic is whatever person causes issues with the continuity of a group. No, any.
I didn't say any.
So then why is it okay for them to discriminate based on the continuity only, but not for everybody else?
I didn't say community. I said you said upstate to leave the religion. There's a difference, man.
Okay, but okay, so why are they killing them?
Because they are creating an issue in the community.
Okay, because they're creating an issue in the community. So this should be true of any issues in any community where they're creating problems, right?
You're trying to create racism. It doesn't exist. Maybe you're racist, Andrew.
I don't care about the race. I'm saying
So
you can
what are you
insert
talking about?
anything you want. You can
anybody that breaks the law is going to be dealt by the law.
Andrew's going nowhere.
Color is not an issue. I'm not being a coward. It's a dumb question. What the fuck are you talking about?
How would you know? You haven't answered it yet.
Because it doesn't make any sense. What do you want me to
answer it?
You want to create a problem. You want to create a race issue.
No, I'm just asking you to be logically
No, what you're saying is a black person going to come in the community and we got to kill. Why? He's a Muslim like us. Have you ever been to Mecca?
Race except you,
have you ever been to Mecca? You see the Muslim, what they look like?
Who are you talking to?
You.
No, I'm not going to fucking Mecca to look
go
at
to
nothing.
YouTube and see Mecca.
Why don't you go to YouTube and look at this? I'm not going to fucking Mecca.
We don't have racism.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm not going to Mecca.
Color is an American-made. Color is not it. Color is only ethnicity in the West. That's all. White is not an white is not an ethnicity. White is a color.
I didn't say
you called Albanians white like 5 minutes ago.
Omar, bro, listen. I'm not claiming any of this. I'm not claiming any of this. Listen.
Okay, slow down. Ask the question.
Not claiming any of this is valid.
Okay, slow down. Ask the question. Slow
down.
Okay.
Here's Omar. Omar says this.
Okay.
The reason it's justified to execute someone under Islamic law is because they go away from the religion.
They could go by themselves. Yes, no problem.
I get it. The justification is because it's causing a problem with the community.
If he tries to
right,
that's
so then any culture anywhere and any people group where they have a valid value set and somebody's causing problems with that valid value set, why would they not be justified in doing the exact same thing?
What do you mean? Like, I don't understand. Where?
Anywhere. At any time, in any place, with any people group.
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't. Well, so I think you're just copying out because you.
No, I swear to God, I swear I understand it because we have.
Okay. Here, I'll try to make it easy. Let's say that there's a community of people who do math.
Okay.
They just do math, and then there's a person who says, "I don't want to do math," and he leads other people away from doing math, and this causes like an engineering crisis. Should that person be executed?
I don't know. That's their problem.
Well, see what I mean? Like you won't engage with
it. No, because I told you, if you upstate and you create problem, it is. But you're telling me if somebody comes, if you break the law, of course you're going to face the law. There's a set of laws like the United States. You have rules and regulations.
I didn't say it was a law. I didn't say it was a law. I just said it upsets the continuity.
How does it upset it? It has to be something tangible.
I just gave you an example, and all you said is, "Look, their problem."
Give me my community, the Muslim community. Tell me what is he doing?
I'm saying that by your logic within your community, this should apply to all communities everywhere at all times.
That's not our problem. We deal with our problem. You guys deal with your
problem. Just that's not my problem.
Yeah,
I'm not going to even. I don't do logic. Logic's for stupid people. Forget logic.
That's a Michigan problem. It's not a New York problem.
Yeah, it's a Michigan problem. Is it a Dearborn, Michigan problem?
No, Dearborn, we got things under control.
Okay.
You saw what we did to that community board meeting. We shut it down, boy.
Yeah. David Franco sends in $5 and he says, Omar, if you tried to debate Jay Dyer, you'd get dropped. Don't think your Reddit tier arguments about Paul would even last more than 5 seconds in a real debate.
All right. No problem. Well,
Okay.
I don't know what this guy is. Probably he is better than me. He's
Resident or David Franco Jr. sends in $5 and says, "Resident Sleeper, can you enumerate 3 Western values without saying they are based on? We all know Christianity influenced it. What are the actual values?"
Family.
He's still talking about Christianity. That's not Western values. Good.
Well, no, that you need to listen to the question. The question's very specific. It says, "Can he enumerate 3 Western values without saying they're based on Christianity?"
He just started with Christianity.
Well, let him answer.
He
It's his,
can't.
it's his
He's an
question.
idiot. He can't. Good.
Love your neighbor, family, don't commit
See,
adultery.
that's Christianity.
Well, that's because that's what they're based on.
Let me answer you. You want me to answer the question? Andrew, say Arab. You Arab bomb. Answer the question. Okay, you want me to answer the question? You want me to answer the Western value? I'll answer them because I was hiding away from the whole debate. You want me to answer what it is? Freedom of speech.
Wait, what did you just say? You were what the whole debate?
I was hiding the value of Western society from because I know you can't name them. We have a freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Yeah, I was just waiting for him because he's an idiot. Hold on. Freedom of movement, freedom to practice.
What's freedom of movement?
To move from place to place without being worried about getting killed or die. This is Western value. That is laws. These are Western laws. These are secular laws that guarantees it guarantees Omar as a Muslim to be protected by its laws to pray freely and move around without any fear from death or harm from any other group. These are the values of Western society, you idiot. If you ate less hamburgers, you would know. Next.
Yeah, what's your? I still don't get your kick with hamburgers, man.
Because he reminds me of that guy in Popeye.
What the fuck is wrong with hamburger? Dude, you're wearing like a Leon the Professional glasses indoors right now. You can't be talking shit about other people.
I swear to God, Andrew, these are prescription glasses, and they're $400 and $480. Look, this is the sisters. Look, Andrew, look here. These are their sisters. This is what I wear. But you know why I wear these? I hide because I'm shy in a shot. So I hide behind them and I talk freely. That's all.
All right. Gotcha. Okay,
next,
so
come on.
Sleeper, calm down and drop some arguments. You can't lose here, but you're defeating yourself.
He lost. He doesn't have anything. I just named him the value.
Props for getting out there. You'll get way better in time.
Next time, yeah.
I remember now. Here, listen. I'm going to tell you guys. Shut up. I'm going to tell you guys this great story. This is a wonderful story, right?
Yeah.
Like you're going to love this, Omar, because this guy is saying right here. He says, over in time, Resident Sleeper, you'll get a lot better at debate. So I'm going to tell you the story of my first debate. I absolutely blew it out, and I've always been fucking great at this. I never needed any practice. Yeah. I was born awesome at this. Resident Sleeper, you're never going to be as good as me.
Andrew. In my first debate, you destroyed me. Remember when I came? That was the first time in my life.
I'm just playing around, man.
The first time I came, you destroyed me because I didn't speak. My mouth was closed. I was shy. I didn't know how to talk, And you was yelling at me and screaming at me. And I was like, what the fuck? And my daughters and my kids, they were watching when I came. And why did you talk back? Why did you say this when he said that? Why did you do this? I said, shut the fuck up because you guys are watching. You're not in the arena.
All right. David Franco says, Andrew, the Omar, let me speak. And him responding, okay, go ahead, is classic. Hilarious dynamic. If nothing else, that shit's entertaining. David Franco Jr. sends in another $2 and says, Omar, that was a beautiful closing statement. I think he appreciated it. Redfish Bear for 10 whopping dollars says absolutely nothing. Best kind of super chat we have here in the Crucible. Theora Zone sent in $1.99, says, why doesn't Islam speak out against LGBTQ in the USA? Well, they do. I'm not going to lie. They do that. Like, that's the one thing you can't really say anything about that. They do that.
What did they do in Qatar? Tell them what they did in the World Cup. They told if any player wear the flag on their handband, they're gonna get a yellow card and get the fuck out of here. Take the next plane out of here. You came here to play soccer. We don't have no problem. We don't have no time for all this movements here. Get the hell out of here.
All right. Real quick, Spartan Up North sends in $7.53.
Take a vote. I want you to take a vote. Who won the put a poll. Who won the
Okay, I'll put up a poll right now. Omar demands a poll. Here's the poll.
Guys, I want you guys to be honest, even if you don't like me or anything like that. I'm a nice guy. I'm a New York Yankee fan. I love football. I watch it all day, Sunday, Monday night, Thursday night. My Jets won. It was like the first time I had a girl. when they won last week, it felt so good.
Oh my God, it's some degen shit, man.
No, I
Okay,
love
so,
it. You saw.
so hang on. Spartan Up North says for $13, or I'm sorry, for $7.53. Mark 13:22-23, for false messiahs and false prophets will appear and perform signs and wonders to deceive, if
Yes.
possible, even the elect. So be on your guard. I have told you everything ahead of
Yeah.
time.
What does Jesus say when they come? He says, "I never knew you. I never knew you."
Yeah,
they're
but he
gonna
was
say,
talking about you.
no, the Jesus, the people of this day, of the
No,
Christians.
he
of
was
this
talking
day.
about you
Oh,
specifically.
what do you say about me? What? I'm not a, what am I, a prophet here?
Well,
What?
you're a Muslim.
What I'm saying, I'm telling you the truth. Jesus said that. They're going to come to him on the day of judgment. They're going to say, Jesus, we built hospitals in your name. We built orphanages in your name. We did everything in your name. He said, get away from me. I never knew you. Get away, you vipers, evildoers. These are the fake priests, people who make money on TV. These are the people that Jesus will deny him on the day when he comes back to Jerusalem and declare his kingdom and kill the Dajjal, the one-eyed Dajjal, the false prophet who has one eye and who was trying to take the people back.
This is a good question from Redeemed for $2. He says, why is Allah the greatest or best of deceivers?
What does that mean?
Well, that's a passage, I believe, from the Quran.
I know. وَمَكَرُوا اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرُونَ. I'm going to give you the ayah. He didn't say he's the best of deceivers. He said they makaru, they deceive, but Allah knows they are deceiving. So he knows what they are doing, and he will defeat them in their deceivedness. I know this is all Coptic talking points. Next, go ahead, man.
Okay. I do have a quick question, though.
Go ahead.
The God you worship, Omar, is he capable of lying?
God doesn't lie. Astaghfirullah.
So is your God's not capable of lying?
God is the perfection of everything. He has 99 names. His 99 names are the most beautiful names in the world.
Muhammad also has.
He does not. He does not sleep. Nor does he forget.
Okay.
What's man?
Wicked Wally sends in $5 and he says, I lit a candle and made another birthday wish. It is Wicked Wally's birthday. Happy birthday, Wicked Wally from the Crucible.
Happy birthday,
But
man.
hang on, there's bad news. He said, unfortunately, my wish did not come true, and old Omar is still here.
Because I annihilated my opponent. I feel sorry.
Okay. So far for the poll, we've got 50%, 49% say nobody won, 34% say sleeper won, 16% for you, Omar.
Racist son of a bitches. Go ahead, next.
I'm not white, man. I'm Albanian.
Albania.
What do you mean?
I'm not a white dude.
Yeah.
Albania. Well, there's a lot of Albanian in the Bronx.
I'm sure there are. I know.
Albanians pretend they're Italians. They all want to be Italians.
All right, guys. All right. We've got to close down the broadcast. Let me just recheck Dono chat one more time, make sure nothing else came in there. And it did not. For anybody who's watching my earlier stream that I did today, there were actually a bunch of Dono chats that came in later. I didn't see them, so I wasn't able to respond to them. I'm really sorry about that. I did get them, though.
We have time, don't we? Good.
Well, no. That's for a different stream. So saying them right now wouldn't even make any sense.
All right.
David Franco says he wants to drop one more chat. Well, we'll wait for you, David Franco.
If
you guys have some last minute, we just have to buy Andrew a new PC money type chats. That's all good. I will wait a second so that I can collect them and I will ask your question. By the way, I will say, just for everybody out there so that you know, Posh has indeed forgiven Resident Sleeper. We have the video. He did forgive Resident Sleeper. All right. David Franco says, Omar, you are hilarious. Do a radio show. I held the whole show up for $2, David Franco. All right. You're out of here, Omar. Get out of here. Wait. Shout out your channel real quick.
Okay, my name is Omar. I'm from the Third Rail. You can catch me there. Please support my channel. I got 2.9 million people. I bought them. I don't know what the fuck they are. They never show up. But I want to be part of this community. Thank you, Andrew. Thanks to the Crucible. I apologize to Resident during the heat of the debate. Sometimes people say these stupid things. I apologize and I hope you accept my apology. God bless you all.
All right. Third Rail, out of here. Have a good night. Resident Sleeper, if you have any social medias that you would like to shout out or anything that you'd like to say before we close the broadcast out.
Social media is a curse.
Well, that's probably true. Let's take a look at the poll, and it looks like we got Sleeper still creeping ahead in that poll, boy. Okay, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. By the way, Resident, take care. I appreciate
have a
you
good
coming
night.
on. It was a lot of fun. All right, so whole shitload of debates coming up. We've got like 13 in a row or some absurd shit. No days off for your poor, beleaguered, and beaten down host. All that I have is my pack of Marlboro Reds and my bottle of Miller, but somehow we're going to get through all of these fucking debates. We're going to just kill it. We're going to get right through them. You can see I'm just thrilled, but I am thrilled tomorrow for Zen Shapiro, who is taking on Vegan Gains right here on the Crucible. It's going to be a fantastic debate. Been looking forward to it for a long time. I was just happy that we were able to get that one together. Of course, I'll be entering the arena myself at the end of the week. Going to be a matchup between me and Naomi on the gender issues that are going on. So a whole shitloads of debates. You can go to the channel and take a look. By the way, David Franco sent in one more. Said, "My bad, Andrew. I'm going broke between JDPH and Jim Bob. God bless, brothers. Yeah, God bless you too, man. I was just messing around with you. Posh will be back as well. He's taking on Kale. That was something that was demanded. No, I wasn't. He said, Mina sends in $2. Ragging on a $2 gift. How rude. I wouldn't rag on anybody for that. I'm just playing with him. He's a big channel supporter, and he sent in a bunch of super chats tonight. I wouldn't beat him up over a $2 one. I was just playing, like, get a sense of, I know you're a woman, Mina, but still, that's no excuse. So anyway, gonna be a lot of great stuff. Like I said, about 14 in a row. Anyway, from all of us here at the Crucible to all of you out there in Crucible Land, have a wonderful night.